call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Sun Devil men's basketball returns to Desert Financial Arena to battle a trio of nationally ranked teams, starting with USC Thursday, February 3rd at 9 p.m. Then the Sun Devils host UCLA Saturday, February 5th at 8 p.m., presented by Sprouts Farmers Market, before ending the homestand with a rescheduled rivalry matchup against Arizona that tips at 7 p.m. Monday, February 7th, and is presented by Desert Financial Credit Union. Get your tickets today at sundeviltickets.com. That's sundeviltickets.com.
Market Wrap host Mo Ansari on creating a well-balanced portfolio.
Are you just chasing this hot stock and that hot stock? Or do you have a plan? Do you have a balanced portfolio where you have a little bit in healthcare, a little bit in technology, a little bit maybe in energy even? How much do you have in the subsectors like communication services and technology? And then you look at all the stocks within those areas and say, okay, this is the one I like and this is the one that I don't like. But you have to have that balance. And then finding the right balance depending on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're looking for income in your portfolio, maybe you want more dividend-paying stocks. Or I've got 20 years, I want growth.
If you need help creating a well-balanced portfolio, call pound 250 and say, talk to Mo, or go to compact.com and click on the Get Started button. Again, from your cell phone, call pound 250 and say, talk to Mo, or visit compact.com and click on the Get Started button.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going, and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K242 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, Radio Pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And today is the most normal I have felt since I bravely battled COVID. I don't know. I wanted it to sound more impressive than it was.
Yeah.
I bravely battled I was on my ass, let's be honest.
It was a courageous battle against all odds.
I always love Norm Macdonald's thing where he says, where they said he lost his battle to cancer. And he's like, no, and you die, the cancer dies too. So really it's a draw. So I actually did defeat the COVID for now till the next variant that'll kill me dead. But anyways, right now, no brain fog. I feel pretty damn good. I'm not
fantastic.
Probably not done with the coffin yet, but
there you go. There you go. A little glass of whiskey to celebrate.
Thank you very much. And so, boy, lots of bad stuff happening in the world right now, and of course, the world of sports as well. But we have some things to be happy about. And one of them, Suns' 11th straight victory last night over the Brooklyn Nets. So that's good. Suns are going to be playing the Hawks on Thursday. There's really not much to say about it. It was a solid victory for the Phoenix Suns last night.
DeAndre Ayton came back. Yeah.
How about them Coyotes?
How about them Coyotes?
Probably one of the biggest upsets that you are going to see in the NHL, for a while. I mean, the Coyotes were on the money line plus 460, and really, lots of people are mad at the. Well, they shouldn't be mad at the Coyotes. They should be mad at the Avalanche for losing because it screwed up a lot of people's bets, a lot of people's parlays and stuff like that. But yeah, the Coyotes beat the Avalanche 3-2 in a shootout, and the Coyotes. They're hobbled. They're rebuilding. They're at the bottom of the barrel. The Avalanche supposed to be a Stanley Cup contender. So yay, Coyotes! Nice win.
Yeah, it was a great win, and it happened in dramatic fashion too, because it was a shootout win. There's our guy again, our youngster between the pipes, doing his job, stopping that final shot on goal. So congratulations to a young Coyotes team. Put this feather in your cap and wear it for a while. This is a good one.
Yeah, yep. That's good news. Things to feel good about. And of course, I don't know who the. That's right. The Coyotes got Calgary on Wednesday night. That's tonight. Tonight's Wednesday, right? Yeah,
tonight is Wednesday. Yeah.
By golly, I've got the date right. So no brain fog here. Some other nice news is Arizona Sports Angels today. This seems like it's been a project a couple of years in the making. Now, when we first started accepting donations, people started bringing over bags of golf clubs. And we were like, oh, okay, that's very specific. And we found a way to actually deliver an entire golf team worth of equipment to one place. And they were very happy to have it. It's a Title I school. Ajo High School just received all those golf clubs like the Berg and Navy Brad and a whole bunch of other people had donated. Some of them were just straight golf clubs. That's in Southern Arizona. And some of them were bags, like beautiful bags of golf clubs and stuff. And all of that, basically, you guys in the fourth dimension supplied an entire golf team with what they would have never been able to get. So really, thank you to everybody out there in the fourth dimension for helping out with that. Also, we were able today to deliver footballs, basketballs, soccer balls, and some other stuff to Ajo Elementary School for use during PE and recess and stuff. So that's very cool.
It's awesome. It's great work, man. Good job. Yeah, congratulations to all of you that have donated and been a part of this program, providing opportunities for kids that normally wouldn't have this opportunity. And thank you very much for your help.
So Alex and Patricia went out there and delivered all that stuff. The people at the school helped unload it. And then it was just that's a great day when we're able to take care of some specific needs, also help out in some basic areas. And those are the moments that we just look forward to. ArizonaSportsAngels.org. That is the website where you can read about what we do and how we do it. One of the things that we're kind of realizing, and it's kind of tough. When we bring in donations, it's harder for us to process that stuff, turn it around, and get it to where it needs to go. But when people donate money, when there is a specific need, we're like, click, boom, we get what we need, and we can give it to the school or to the organization or whoever a lot easier. So we might start just doing some fundraisers so we can do some of this stuff easier. Just to make sure that we get everybody exactly the sizes they want and what they need and that sort of thing, but it's a work in motion. It's a work in progress. So but like I said, thank you to everybody who has helped out. ArizonaSportsAngels.org. Remember that couple who during Christmas went on that shopping spree at Dick's?
Yeah,
the footballs they gave us went to this, and some of the basketballs and soccer balls too. So everybody who contributed, we're very, very grateful and happy, and thank you so much. So
absolutely. Yeah,
another happy thing.
Great day. Awesome. Yeah, great stuff, Jeffco.
I have another happy thing.
Hey, another happy thing.
Can you handle one more happy thing?
I don't know. I'm awfully overwhelmed with happiness right now.
Might actually burst, but we'll give it a shot. We're not used to that here on this radio program. It's usually very snarky and cynical and filled with sarcasm and just dripping and But one more happy thing. I have tickets for the Sun Devil men's basketball game versus UCLA on Saturday at 8 p.m. I got 4 tickets, 1 parking pass. So what we'll do is when we give these away, if somebody wants 4 tickets and the parking pass, take a couple friends or something, there you go. But if they say, "Ooh, I just need 2 tickets, I'll take the parking pass and the 2 tickets," then we'll give the 2 tickets left over to somebody else.
That sounds fair.
I thought so.
Yeah, always trying to spread the cheer around, aren't we?
Yeah.
Listen, if you don't want all 4, and we've got 4, listen, 2 other people, they can be, they can go to the game too. We'll just spread the happiness around.
Blissful Hayes says, just like the NFL fan pick'em contest, the NFL is rigged. Is Blissful Hayes skull? Where did that come from?
What?
First off, the NFL fan pick'em contest, absolutely not rigged. It's right there for everybody to see. Your entire history and results is obviously on display. And the NFL, though, I can't really argue that much right now. Right at this moment, kind of hard to argue. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on. Big George says, well done, Jeffrey. Glad to hear you're feeling better and defeated the COVID. I'm still suffering from the symptoms with a lingering cough that won't go away. Chest congestion. Ooh. See, that's it. I didn't get chest congestion, so I think you're fighting a harder fight than I did. He says, coughing up the phlegm. I'm in the market for a new dog. I might name that dog Phlegm. Do you think my wife would let me get away with that? Phlegm! If I just start shouting that, the neighbors would be like, "The hell?"
Something tells me that that's not going to be a starter for her. I don't know why, but
Who's a good boy? Phlegm's a good boy. Phlegm's a good boy.
Because if you name the dog Phlegm, she's going to have to call the dog too at some point. And does she want to be the person shouting Phlegm constantly to get the attention of the? I don't think that's
no. See, she wouldn't say Phlegm. She'd go, "Get over here." Okay, she would never do that. And if she's listening right now, she has just probably turned the radio off. She's like, I can't believe he went on the radio. Why would he do that?
Well, if she stuck around before, she's definitely gone now.
Well, if she's stuck around before, she's probably still with me. So she hasn't gotten tired of this yet. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, where was I? So George is saying he's slowly getting better. He says about a week and a half behind you in recovery. Much love, my friend. Glad to hear you're better. Well, listen, I'm sorry to hear you are struggling, and hopefully you'll be feeling better in no time, pal. Boogie says Jim Harbaugh to Minnesota. I know only time will tell, but it's an upgrade over Cousins for sure. I don't think they wanted to play quarterback, Boogie.
No.
I think they're looking at him as a coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Wilbur says, so Herm Edwards is going to be a good ship captain, stay on the ship while it sinks, or is he going to jump off too? No, he's not jumping off the ship at any time. They'll have to make him walk the plank like those other 4 guys had to do. I mean, do you see Herm Edwards leaving? I don't think anybody's even talking to him about an NFL thing, right?
No, I haven't heard anything about Herm Edwards going anywhere, about anybody even pursuing Herm Edwards as a candidate. He hasn't exactly, showed out at ASU so far. If he were able to have like a fantastic season, he might be able to parlay that into something. But at this exact moment, I think Herm Edwards is here to stay to see if he can make something out of what he's got.
I don't think Herm Edwards wants an NFL gig. When he's 70, is he 73 or 75, something like that? I think this is it for him as far as coaching goes.
Yeah,
and this was an opportunity. Too. Yeah, and this was an opportunity he wanted to do.
You play to violate NCAA rules.
Oh boy,
you play to violate the NCAA rules.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's my team. Why am I doing that?
I know. I can't figure it out myself.
Because the joke was there. That's why
I can't help myself.
Yeah.
Listen, that's the thing. There's all these sacrificial lambs getting slaughtered there at ASU, but there's not even a wrinkle of a thought that Herm Edwards is in any kind of jeopardy. Or is he in jeopardy of having to walk that plank?
Well, I don't think so.
We've seen it happen. I mean, with a lot of these coaches, we've seen it happen more on the basketball side, but where a lot of these programs get into a little hot water, but as long as they continue to move on, business as usual, it's like the NCAA kind of backs off because maybe just if you act like you're not guilty, you're not guilty. It happened at Kansas with Bill Self. There were the NCAA violations there. No one's talking about it. So maybe, whatever hammer drops on ASU won't be all that bad.
Mr. Wilbur wants you to know that Herm Edwards is 67 years old. And I know
he's
that
67.
If Herm Edwards heard you on the radio say that, he probably wants to take a poke at you.
Well, Herm Edwards at 67 could still kick my ass. I have no doubt. None whatsoever.
If he came around and got a little froggy, would you fight him?
No. Have you seen him? He's in great shape. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's a good point. I don't think I'd even fight him.
He's in great
No, I
shape.
mean, can you imagine being much younger than Herm Edwards and then he kicks your ass in a fight? You'll never live it down.
Well, he gets up every day, like at
True.
4:30 in the morning, does a workout. He's got a whole thing that he does before he starts his day. And then he works a long day, and then he does it all over the next day. Hey, that guy could kick my ass and not even breathe hard.
You know how when you play chess and there's a certain point where you concede and you just knock over your king, and it's like, I concede.
Yeah.
If you're in a person-to-person fist fight, what do you do then to concede? Do you just like fall over or do you what? How do you concede
That's a
in a
good
fist
question.
fight with Herm Edwards?
That's a good question.
And I think you just don't get into a fist fight with Herm Edwards. I don't know. If you just fall over, what's to say that Herm Edwards isn't done with you?
You have to get on your knees.
Come on now.
Get on your
Herm
knees and
Edwards
put
is
your
not
hands on your head. man.
right. He's not the kind of guy that'll kick you while you're down. I don't
No.
think. I think he would fight like an honorable man. He'd probably whoop your ass hardcore, but once you're down, he's just probably going to he's going to coach you through the healing process.
Maybe, or he might tell you that, don't quit, get up, keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, like really lose.
Fubar 1000 says, hiya, Blender Bros. Just looking at bracketology, and I noticed U Arizona is a 3 seed and ASU is a yep, go ASU. I know. Listen, that's not a big surprise. So you're not ruffling any feathers when you tell us that ASU's basketball program is not at the same level of U Arizona. And listen, like I've said before, Tucson is good at 2 things: basketball and smoking meth. Those 2 things they've got down to a science. Domestic violence too. Basketball, smoking meth, domestic violence, and what's the other thing? Lowest in the country for any sort of plastic surgery or dental care. I'm telling you, Tucson is only good at basketball.
Wow.
So, yeah, fine. You guys are ranked. We're not. Remember the year we made it to the tournament? You didn't. Remember when GCU made it and you didn't? So, yeah, whatever. Boogie says, Herm just added Brian Billick to his staff as an advisor. Well, you know that. Yeah. And we thought that was a pretty good pick, even though he was caught on video saying, some people go to college, some people go to ASU. It's like, okay. Come on, man. But he was just ruffling dude's feathers. He didn't really mean it. Colts fan Dan says, if Herm Edwards was kicking Marvin Harrison's ass in Philadelphia, Marvin Harrison would just pull out a gun. Marvin Harrison does look like a 22 or something. Just a small little something he kind of tucks away to shoot at you. Or is there a story about her?
You mean like a Derringer? And you just a 2-shot Derringer,
classic old style.
Yeah.
And it's like, I only have 1 shot left. So was there a story about him pulling a gun? Marvin Harrison ever pull a gun?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know.
Trying to figure out where Colts fan Dan is coming from.
There was a Marvin Harrison story. Somebody was shot by Marvin Harrison's gun. And the question is, did Marvin Harrison have the gun? Or did somebody else shoot him with Marvin Harrison's gun?
They never answered the question?
I'm sure someone answered the question. I don't know the full story, but I remember when the case was happening a little bit. And a lot of people were just surprised because they were like, oh, Marvin Harrison. He doesn't seem like the receiver.
I have not seen Marvin Harrison. Wait a minute. I thought we were talking about the dude from the Bengals. That guy.
Marvin Harrison?
Was it who coached the Bengals?
Marvin Lewis.
See, that's who I thought we were talking about.
Herm Edwards versus Marvin Lewis would be a very fascinating fight, though.
Yeah, I got confused on that one. It's not even COVID fog. I got 2 Marvins confused.
Which happens.
There's not that many Marvins in the world. Ooh, maybe that's a good name if I get this dog. Marvin.
True.
No, I already hate it. No,
Marvin.
I kind of like it.
King of Kittens. King of Ken says, sup, dudes? Did you miss me? Yes. He says, Keon, Coyotes covered at plus 450 last night in a shootout in Colorado. Like Jeffrey mentioned, should we take Coyotes at plus 235 tonight at home against Calgary? I don't know.
Breaks, man.
Yeah, lightning may not strike twice that quickly. Remember, they are the Coyotes, and I don't know.
They're still rebuilding. And Calgary's really damn good.
Yeah.
If you got some money to throw around and just, it doesn't matter what happens to it.
Calgary Flames are 22-13-6. The Coyotes are 11-29-4.
Yeah, but
Now
go back
tell
and
me.
take a look at the difference between the Avalanche and the Coyotes. And the Coyotes won.
I don't think you want to put your money on the Coyotes to win tonight. That's for sure.
But when you see a plus 40 like you did last night, and you're like, you know what? I don't need this $5 for a loaf of bread. I just got this $5 sitting there, and yeah, I'm probably going to lose it. But imagine what happens if I win. And then that's cool. But I don't know, what is the range on the money line that you're like, it's too much, it's too good to pass up. I got to at least put $1 or $3 or $5. What do you think that money line range is? Because I look at 450 and I'm tempted.
Yeah, that's a number that is hard to walk away from. That might be about the range.
About 400, you think?
Yeah.
Big George says, I love how every time Brent Musburger has an action update where he tosses it to my guys in the desert, Mike Zanetto and his comrades talk about how awful the Coyotes are and how big of an underdog they are against the Avalanche and how Coyotes stand no chance. Then they go and upset the Avalanche and make them so-called experts look bad. It's not making the experts look bad, George.
Because they say that every time.
Well, because they're right. It's an underdog.
Yeah.
There is no way. The Coyotes should not have won that game. I could not second guess that thinking. Great that they did, right?
An NHL season is long. You're going to win some of these. I mean, the Coyotes have beaten 2 or 3 teams that I would not have thought that they could beat. So, yeah, I don't think that it's that surprising that every now and then you're going to be wrong as an expert.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Big Kev says, Randy, cheer up. Still time for ASU to make a run and maybe get into the NIT. Well, that's just kind of rude. Nobody wants to be in the NIT.
No, the NIT is, and I have always said this, the not invited tournament. You're not here because you're here because you're not at the NCAA tournament that everyone else wants to be at.
He says, remember when the NIT used to be prestigious postseason tournament? Some teams would take NIT over NCAA. Pepperidge Farms remembers. No, I just added that last part because I couldn't help myself.
I remember, I don't know, there was one year where Duke had a really bad year and Coach K was like, yeah, we're not going.
Yeah, don't blame him.
He just was like, nope, not going to happen.
Thank you. No, thank you. Listen, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll catch up more on the text line. Also, guys, we completely forgot about an important thing. Hefty Lefty's results after he pre-picked the entire NFL season.
I'm really excited about it.
Without even going back to ever change it. He picked it at the beginning of the season and he walked away. And I'm going to share those results with you when we come back. And let me just say, spoiler alert, it's impressive. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
A huge college basketball game coming up on a Thursday night as number 7 Arizona will play host to number 3 UCLA. Each of these teams have a top 10 odds to win it all this year as well, but not top 6 odds. Right now, Gonzaga, Auburn, Baylor, Purdue, Duke, and Kentucky are the teams with the top 6 odds to win the national championship. But then Arizona and UCLA come in after that. Arizona has the 7th best odds, paying out at plus 1,500. UCLA then comes in at plus 1,600. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. In the off-season of the 1983 NFL season, Terry Bradshaw checked into a hospital but did not want reporters to know he was there. So he made up a fake name. That fake name would eventually become an NFL quarterback. What was that name? The answer coming up.
When you want trivia from the world of sports, Daily Sports Quiz host Nick LaCapria has it. Baseball lovers, go online to baseballtrivia.org. Basketball fans, check out basketballtrivia.net. Football fans, head on over to footballtrivia.net. Hockey trivia, that's hockeytrivia.net. And boxing fans, log on to boxingtrivia.net. Stay tuned to this radio station for the Daily Sports Quiz or visit Nick LaCapria's sports-specific trivia websites.
The answer to the Daily Sports Quiz, name the name that Terry Bradshaw made up when he checked himself into the hospital, Tom Brady. The real Tom Brady would shatter his Super Bowl records. Brady at the time was only 6 years old. I'm Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz.
Have you started your New Year resolution to lose weight you put on last year? This is Stephen McCollum, host of The Main Event here on The Fanatic. If you're like me, it's hard to start your New Year's resolution to lose those unwanted pounds while we're having football playoff parties every weekend. I'm a client with Valley Medical Weight Loss, so I know firsthand that it really works. I get it. There's too much going on to lose the weight you've been saying you're going to lose. But visit one of their 3 Valley locations to find out how fast the visit is and how affordable it is. They take walk-ins, and if you mention The Fanatic or Money Radio, your first week is free at Valley Medical Weight Loss.
Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cub Spring Training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at chicagofestwest.com today.
Distracted driving kills in Arizona. Life is more important than your phone's beep. Stop the distracted driving, Arizona, please. Sponsored by the Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, aired in cooperation with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
The field is called a gridiron. The ball is called a pigskin. The quarterback is called a field general.
Y'all know what time it is?
And the kicker? Well, they just call him a kicker.
Come on, dude!
Hey, this is football. The NFL plays here. Catch all the primetime games, playoff, and Super Bowl 56 on your home for the NFL.
Let's go now.
1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Wednesday, the 2nd day of February. I guess we're going to continue on with 6 more weeks of winter. I guess Puxatawny Phil must have seen his shadow and returned back to his cave or whatever the hell's going on. Useless information for us today on the Daily Blender. But here's something that's not useless. You ever heard of a sure thing? Well, yeah, most of the time, sure thing is really kind of a bad thing. But in this case, with FanDuel, it's a great thing. And I can tell you, because it doesn't matter if you win or lose, FanDuel is going to give all customers $10 back every Thursday. Just bet $10 or more, same game parlay on any NBA on DNT game, and you could get $10 back whether you win or lose. There's so many different options you can use for this multi bet that you're doing, this parlay bet. Player point totals, rebounds, assists, money lines, over-unders, point spread. I mean, there is a ton of different options for you to build your parlay. You can root for your favorite players. There's a chance to put a small bet down and win big. Odds are high, which results in great payouts for you. And whether you win or lose, you're going to get $10 back. So that's another motivator for you. It's a perfect way to turn a small bet into a big-time score. And again, I cannot stress to you how easy it is to use the FanDuel app. About 90 seconds is what it took me to sign up. And if you have not signed up, today could be the day for you. Easy to register, easy to deposit, easy to find your bets. And also there's live betting, easy to place your bets fast during a game. If you see a trend you like, get $10 back every Thursday, win or lose with TNT Thursdays. If you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code Randy1580. And you'll enjoy 56-1 odds on either team to win the Super Bowl. You can turn a $5 bet into $280 cash, not credits, cash. Again, that's promo code Randy1580 exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Remember, you need to be 21 or older and present in Arizona. Bonus issued as a non-retirable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
So with the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em contest, we pretty much have figured out that Cards Chappie has won the $1,580 for first place.
All right, there we go.
Yes, that is done deal. Not much anybody else can do about it. Actually, zero anybody can do about it, unless CRC Broadcasting and Harmon Solar decide that an employee can win, and then I would get the $1,580 and he'd get the $500 second prize. But since that is not in the cards, now it's down to Raider Royce, Rough Rob, and Monday QB 35. And Raider Royce, who has 188 correct, if he does not get the Super Bowl right and one or both of the other guys do get it right, well, at that point, then we're going to have some sort of a tiebreaker for that.
Oh, boy.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, that's the numbers. I have 197. Cards Chappie has 192. Raider Royce has 188. And then Rough Rob and Monday QB 35 have 187.
You know, Jeffco, one time during this week, one time during this season, I actually got all the games right.
You got all of them right? I know
did
you
I get
won
them
a
all
week.
right, or did I just win one week? What was it, Keon? Remind me.
I can go check that.
I don't know if I know there was a week where Randy got damn near all of them. I don't think it was
15.
Yeah, I don't think it was all of them, but it was.
Oh, was it? Okay,
15 out of 16.
Close.
I think.
Yeah, 1 week I surpassed my normal mediocrity, and I stretched the bounds of excellence.
No, you did great this year. I think you did better this year than you've done it any year in the past. And
Well, I don't know about that, but-
Keon was always in the hunt, sort of hanging around with some good picks.
Well,
I think
that's because Keon is a damn brain cell walking around. That's why.
For the show, I think this might have been our best collective year as hosts doing the Fan Pick'em contest.
You know, we've got to we have to bait those guys in the morning. We've got to.
I'm pretty
bait
sure they
those
do a lot of
guys.
baiting on their own.
I'm not talking about that baiting. I'm talking about we need to bait them so that we can beat their ass and they can buy us food and
Well,
gifts
that's
and products.
why they did not participate. Last year, they participated until they realized that they couldn't beat us, and then they just dropped off. And this year, they didn't even make an attempt at it. So, yeah, I mean, there's no point. I don't know how you're going to get them to do it because they know they're outclassed. So, you know, why would you show up for something where you know you're going to get that kind of an ass kicking? It's like if you were to show up looking for trouble with Herm Edwards.
Well, you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, that'd be a bad idea.
Yeah, would be because he'll whoop your ass.
So what I've been really excited to tell everybody about, I went back and I took a look at Hefty Lefty's track record for his picks during the season. And remember, he picked all the games before the season started and he walked away. Didn't touch it again. This is bonkers. So to give you a reference, with 197, I had a 69.37% accuracy rating. Cards Chappie had 67%. And then you go down to Monday QB 35, who has 187. He had 65%. Okay, that gives you kind of the range. Hefty Lefty had 172 correct picks. 172. That means he had a correct rate of 60.56. That is picking the games and never going back. That is astoundingly good.
Wow.
Don't you think?
Yeah,
That
that's
is just
unbelievable.
amazing.
Because what that says is, you know, he basically you have to base that all off of what teams did last season, even though this season is going on. That is very impressive. It really is.
Yeah, and he averaged 8 right in any given week. Now I averaged 9. The other people that are in the upper part were 9. So he was not that far out. I mean, granted, there was probably about 50 people ahead of him, but for never going back and updating your picks, that is astoundingly good. His average place, 43rd. That's where he was averaged at amongst the crowd for having pre-picked everything.
Out of how many players?
And 1 week he was in second place. Yeah. Hundreds. So him to be within the first page and a half or two or whatever it was, still just astounding. Now I had a week where I got 15 right. Randy had a week where he got 15 right. Hefty had a week where he got 13 right. So Hefty Lefty deserves some sort of prize for this.
Can we break open the prize closet and come out with something to give him for that effort?
I definitely think we will. I think we definitely will make sure Hefty Lefty gets something. It may be an unsanctioned prize just gifted to him by the Daily Blender, but I know Radio Ron would jump in on this as well. So we'll see.
And by the way, this is not a participation trophy in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Let me clarify that. I think that we as the Daily Blender are wanting to show our gratitude for him sticking to, first of all, his promise, his word of not changing. He filled the whole damn thing out, and he wasn't going to change it. And secondly, for a job well done. Job well done.
Yeah, that's brave. That's damn manly. And while it's not an official prize of the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em, we're definitely going to do something.
It's like when you're watching, the NFL or the NBA, and somebody gets that Most Improved Player award or something. Like it's not the MVP, but it's still a really damn impressive award to get. Yeah,
or NBA's sixth man.
Yeah,
to be like the Blender's fourth man.
I think Hefty Lefty should next year, though. I think Hefty Lefty should do is have one email address where he just does this again. And then he has another email address where he can change his picks and then go for the big prize. This one that he did here is just for, for the fun of it, right? This is not an official prize getting thing. I think he should do both. That's what I think. He's the only person we'll allow in this context to have two email addresses assigned to the Pick'em contest. Don't even try it because we'll know.
Now, what if he ties himself then? Now we've got a quandary on our hands. How do we break the tie if Hefty Lefty ties himself in this
winning?
contest?
If he won?
Yeah, if he ties himself, now we're going to have some sort of a special runoff type of thing.
At that point, I would declare that his weekly picks that he does do for the official prize are correct, and that he cheated on the other one just to be stupid. So, I mean, why would you do that? So it's impressive without having to cheat.
Trying to say there had to be some sort of special circumstances if he tied himself.
I think he just sit there and he just punch himself in the face until he's unconscious, and then we declare him the winner. Or there might be other ideas. I don't know.
I like that. Yeah.
All right, let's get caught up on the text line. Colts fan Dan says Hefty Lefty obviously uses a Ouija board. If that is the case, then if there is a prize, he has to share it with ghosts. Thunder Snow says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. Go Washington Commandos."
Yes, indeed.
Proud day for you, huh?
I'm a little happy about it. I saw the jerseys, and they put out 3 of them, and 2 out of the 3 I really like.
It is not often you actually get to see Stockholm Syndrome at work.
I don't
right now is one of those times.
What do you mean? I like the burgundy and gold jersey. I like a lot the black jersey. I'm not a big fan of the W on the front of the helmet, but I like the black jersey. That white jersey looks like a knockoff Cardinals jersey, and I like the Cardinals jersey a lot. But someone took that jersey and then made the Walmart version of that jersey. I'm not thrilled about the white home jersey, but the 2 out of the 3 I'm not opposed to. And of course, we already said we're calling them the Commandos. So
yes.
Yeah, so the name's not a problem.
Yeah,
because we solved that issue.
But I don't know how much I want to mess with your delusion, but I didn't see anything new or different about those uniforms, and the logo is still horrible. The logo is horrible. The Commanders. It just. I thought maybe there'd be something a little bit better, but it just was like, ugh. That little seal where it says 1932 and has a little no.
Okay, and maybe it's because I saw there was a leaked version of that earlier. The leaked version of that was so much worse that I will live with that little seal there. I'm okay with that. That I don't want that on the helmet, but as a secondary logo, yeah, sure.
Somebody on Twitter was saying that Dan Snyder went with Commanders because that means they are troops, and nobody. If you ever go say anything bad about the troops, then everybody hates you. So it's like you can't say anything bad about the Commanders, or you don't love America.
Yeah, try to go 5 and 12 in that town and see if someone doesn't say something bad about the Commanders.
Lost Toby says, Keon, I know a good psychologist you can talk to. The first session's free.
I don't need a
Well, he doesn't
psychologist.
need one. He doesn't need one. I've already diagnosed him with the Stockholm
well,
syndrome.
It's not Stockholm syndrome. I saw the jerseys. I like them. Well, 2 out of 3. I'm not that those white jerseys. First off, there's no burgundy, there's no gold on the white jersey. How is that possible? How do you have red and black? That these were never our colors. Get rid of that stuff. But regardless,
it could be worse, is what you're saying.
It could be worse. I was expecting a complete crap show, and I did not get a crap show. So I'll take it. For this franchise, yeah.
Honestly, are you, as a lifetime Washington, whatever the hell the team has been called any one of the 3 times, are you going to call them the Commandos? For real?
Yeah, I'm going to call them that.
Okay. Because we're all in on this.
And
we're going to help you with this. We're going to call them the Commandos too. Officially on this show, it's the Washington
They're the
Commandos.
Washington Commandos. And people are already calling them that too.
Yeah, outside of us. It wasn't. It was original idea on the air, but evidently it's an easy one to get to. So it's kind of like a bunch of late night hosts come up with the same joke at the same time. Everybody loves a little alliteration, right?
Right. And so it's pretty funny, and I think it makes it like the fans are kind of taking a little bit more ownership of it on the side, which I like too.
Okay, the W looks cool on the hat, and I like the black hat. Where it's like the black W on the black hat. That looks very cool. I like that.
Yeah, but I'm a fan of it. There's some things that they did that actually turned out pretty well. That one shirt that I saw yesterday is real, and I hate it still.
Yeah, it was.
It's a garbage shirt.
I don't like the maroon jerseys though. They look cheap.
Colts fan Dan says Al Michaels said on the Pat McAfee show that the Commanders' nickname should be the Commies.
Oh, a lot of people are doing that too. It's hilarious. I've already seen some of the commie artwork. It's great.
No, listen, this is hardcore not communism. This is hardcore capitalism at work, because now you gotta at some point in your fandom have bought 3 different sets of gear. So it's capitalism all the way, Al Michaels. You are on the wrong side of this one.
Yeah, it's just the shortened version of it. People have been saying the commies and calling them the people's team, and it's funny. Commandos
is way more manly, and that's and dangerous. Cold Trickle says we just got an Aussie Doodle and we named him Zeke. That's a good name for a dog, Zeke. I see. Here's the thing: I don't know what I'm going to name a dog. Probably for the first couple of weeks. In fact, it took me 6 months once to name a dog, and it was like the best dog I ever had. One of the best dogs, actually. This last dog I had, I think, is the best dog I ever had. But his name was Pogo. I named him Pogo. It took me 6 months to get to that point, but then it was the perfect name for that dog. Everybody agreed. So you don't like to rush these things. I didn't like being rushed to name babies. But evidently, you got to put a name tag on them pretty much right away. So Aussie Doodle. That sounds like a fun thing to call a dog. Anyways, got to take a break. When we come back, still trying to clean up this text line, we're going to talk about just a wide variety of stuff. I mean, we got all kinds of different NFL that has nothing to do with the Super Bowl yet. So lots of stuff going on, lots to talk about. Keep it right here. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for $0 down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harman Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmansolar.com.
Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cub Spring Training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at chicagofestwest.com today.
I represent low-cost airlines, and we know a lot of you are not traveling right now, and we understand. However, if you do need to travel between now and the end of the year, now is a great time to lock in some of the lowest prices we've seen in a lifetime. Hey, in normal times, we can save you up to 75%, but now airlines are practically giving away seats. We have inside deals on over 500 airlines. Here are a few sample round-trip deals we found. Seattle to Vegas, $35. Chicago to Atlanta, $85. Los Angeles to Atlanta, $100. Of course, there are some limitations, but the airlines want your business right now. And cancellation and change fees are flexible. So fly somewhere this year, book now, save a ton, call right now.
802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. That's 802-341-4535.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Dale Hellestray from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 or visit cbialliance.com.
1580 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Your home for sports.
Pleasure here on 1580 The Fanatic, and the moment we've been waiting for since September is just about here. In honor of the big game, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is giving new customers 56-1 odds on either team. Just bet $5 and you get $280 in free bets if your team wins. If you're not a new customer, you can experience Super Bowl 56 with same-game parlays and all sorts of fun prop bets, too. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code BET1580. Remember that, BET1580. I got a lot of people who are messaging me offline saying, hey, what was that promo code? It's BET1580. You get 56-1 odds on either team. Just bet $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. It's promo code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. Must be 21 years or older. Arizona residents only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. You know, I don't yawn during your live read, Randy.
See, now nobody, unless they were watching the feed.
No, I heard you. I heard you yawn. Was my read boring? Is this
yes?
Are we about to have a conflict here between FanDuel and DraftKings now?
No, because FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook.
But DraftKings is 100 bazillion times more awesome, according to Consumer Reports, in something that it actually doesn't actually exist.
5 out of 5 dentists prefer FanDuel over DraftKings.
10 out of 10 proctologists prefer DraftKings Sportsbook.
Well, a bazillion out of a bazillion psychologists recommend FanDuel over DraftKings.
Well, you should also disclaim that those are all your psychologists, so it's not really fair to use that as an example.
I wasn't going to say anything about your psychologist, but since you forced me,
you shut your mouth. We have bigger fish to fry right now, Randy.
Yes, we do.
Boy, this Brian Flores thing is just sort of getting worse and worse as you go. Now you're possibly looking at Stephen Ross and Jimmy Haslam getting prosecuted. Did you know this? I didn't know this was a thing. It's the Sports Bribery Act. Have you heard of that?
No.
18 USC 124. Here is the Sports Bribery Act, which criminalizes exactly what has been described by Brian Flores and Hugh Jackson. Okay. Whoever carries into effect, attempts to carry into effect, or conspires with other person to carry into effect any scheme in commence to influence in any way by bribery any sporting contest with knowledge of the purpose of such scheme to influence bribery, the contest shall be fined under this title or in prison not more than 5 years or both. You have to read all laws like that.
Yeah, I think you do.
I think it makes more sense that way.
I think I saw that somewhere.
Yeah. So when they said to him, we will pay you an extra $100,000 per game that you basically throw. It's like asking a fighter to throw a fight. Yeah, that's each count. 5 years per count. It's not just one count where they're like, oh, he asked you to do that a bunch of times. We'll charge him on one count. No, you get charged on each one. And let's see, 16 games in a season, and you told him at the beginning of the season, and it's $100,000 per game. Just saying.
When I saw that yesterday, when this whole thing kind of came out, and I saw that in the allegations, I was like, bro, that's bribery. There's got to be something. There has to be something that can be done about that.
Well, and you were correct. Now,
and if he's got written documentation, text messages, or even better, if he's got like a voicemail that is saying that, oh my God, this is really condemning.
So, but there's some wrinkles to this that now Brian Flores, the story is at least that he said, no, not just no, hell no. Hugh Jackson's like, oh yeah, I got paid for that. It's like, whoa, hold on. I'm sorry. You accepted the money. If Brian Flores says, no, I'm not going to do that, but they still paid him the $100,000 a game, does that mess with what's going on here?
I don't think so, because he's not the person making the bribe, and that's the thing. Like with the Hugh Jackson thing, for instance, we're talking about a person who is doing what the person above them says in order to keep their job. So, you know,
but I got to rewind all the way back to 1917. Shoeless Joe Jackson, did not throw the game, but he did take the money. So Hugh Jackson, he did take the money. I don't know if he did on purpose lose those games, but when he says, trust me, it was a good number. And Haslam was happy while I kept losing. He was paid extra, not offered, paid extra. Might weaken the case a little bit. I don't know.
I don't think it does, because the case is, did owner bribe coach?
But does that create a problem for Hugh Jackson where they're like, hey, remember you admitted you took those bribes? You're under arrest.
I don't know, because it depends. Is taking the bribe also illegal? Because what you read was about offering it. If there's more to that, then sure, I guess. But just we're looking at the power dynamics of the thing. If your boss is telling you to do something illegal, you shouldn't do it. But there are people who would, just to keep the job, do it. And I don't think that you necessarily come down on those people. But I don't know exactly what the legal case of that is.
Yeah, and Hugh Jackson says he can back up every word he's saying, and that the GM from the team at the time can do the same. So, yeah, this is getting tangled.
And this is why when Brian Flores went class action, the entire NFL, all of those owners, knees should have been knocking, because you cannot act like there aren't people who don't have other similar stories that are out there and kept certain documentation because they thought, well, okay, this is really funky. Might need to hang on to that later just to cover my ass, maybe. And now here we are.
Yeah, this is going to get more and more tangled and weird and messed up as you go. Of course, everybody in the world, shortly after Brian Flores said that these things were going on, no, he didn't. How dare he? The NFL immediately said, this is meritless. Oh, have you done an investigation? Could you already know? You just automatically already know that these things are happening? Okay. Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, it's an organization. It's a company playing defense instead of if the NFL had nothing to hide, they'd actually do an investigation or promise to do an investigation or be open to the possibility of an investigation. When you immediately throw up those walls, that at least to me says we're something very suspicious and shady is happening here.
Yeah, it's like when the cop goes up and says, "Hey, did you see the?" I'm not talking to you without a lawyer. Well, that's not suspicious at all. Joe the Show says the NFL is going to need to see 10 out of 10 proctologists by the time Brian Flores is done with them. Man, the NFL owners are about to catch some RICO cases. Where is my popcorn? Yeah, this is going to be something. And I, again, one of the things that, it's a huge story. Everybody's talking about it. But the thing that kind of has been my voice in the back of my head has been saying, will this affect any real change?
Well, if people go to jail, it might.
Well, that just means they're now forced to abide by the rules and laws, whatever is put into place. But is it going to affect any real change?
I don't know. Well, okay, that's a good question. I just happen to think that if people start going to jail, you are going to have to start making promises of how this kind of stuff is not going to happen again. And you better have something in place to prove it. And that might actually be maybe not a ton of change, maybe not the everything that we hope it would be, where these practices are still in place, but it is some kind of progress if people have to start showing their homework, start showing how and why they're making certain decisions.
We should ask our Daily Blender legal counsel, Big George, for some advice on this. And the question is, we know the bribers are in trouble. Do the people who accept the bribes in trouble too? I kind of feel like they would be. I feel like Hugh Jackson is probably going to get in a bit of trouble for this, and rightfully so, I guess. Lots Toby says, it's refreshing to hear y'all talk about it. Morning show just goes on rants about how it's just race baiting. Lord.
Really?
Oh my God.
Who could have seen that coming?
Well, no. I'm not laughing because I'm surprised. I'm laughing because it's absurd. Fifth letter says, Jeffrey, is the Daily Blender giving away ASU versus USC tickets also? I believe so. I think that Radio Ron's, I was in a chat message with him or something. And he might have brought that up. So yeah, keep listening. Good chance we are. Yes. The makeup game, right? Kiss the Cook says Washington Commandos. You mean they're playing football naked? That's not what commando means.
What?
You
wear all your clothes when you go.
You're just
commando.
not wearing your.
Oh
others.
yeah.
You're dangling your participle, but you ain't naked. Let's see. Boomer Sooner says they can't find a head coach in Jacksonville that the owner likes. Chaka Khan says they're going to hire Brian Leftwich as coach, and the gentleman that works for the Cardinals, Adrian Wilson, as the GM, just got the news flash. Boomer Sooner. Oh, is that true?
Well, it's been kind of percolating under the headlines, but Leftwich and Adrian Wilson, one of my favorite all-time Cardinals, has been in the front office for the Cardinals here for the last few years. And it looks like he's going to be the GM, the next GM of Jacksonville. And Byron Leftwich is going to leave the Buccaneers and be the head coach, which I think is phenomenal. I think it's fantastic.
There you are. See, Just a Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. I have a serious question. Are there 10 men of color who are ready and available to coach in the NFL level? If so, who are they? And why aren't we hearing from them?
What?
I don't know how to answer that question because it seems weirdly worded because we definitely have talked about Eric Bieniemy, Byron Leftwich, and Todd Bowles just off the top of my head.
So there's three. Throw on Brian Flores, and then other assistants and other coordinators whose names aren't going to pop right up to the top of our minds.
I know that Randy would be happy to see him go, but Vance Joseph's name came up.
Yes, Vance Joseph immediately.
Just a tip. The answer is yes, there are, and right off the top of our heads, maybe it's not going to become readily available. Why aren't we hearing from them? Because they're working on trying to get a damn job right now. That's why. I mean, they are probably sitting there going, "Oh boy," as much as anybody else. So, That, I guess, is my best answer for that.
And there are some coaches out there that may be looking for a job right now that don't want to necessarily touch this so that they can get a job. Because unfortunately, the world we live in is okay. I'm sorry. I just the world we live in is that might blackball them. I'm trying to I guess, make it a little clear.
All right. The Daily Blender legal counsel has told us that Hugh Jackson would be in trouble too if he did take the bribes. Guys offering the bribe would also be in trouble. These are some serious allegations, folks. So strap in. It's going to be a wild ride. Lost Toby says D'Amico Ryan, but he declined the Vikings' second interview. Yeah, I'd be curious to find out why. I saw that in the news and I kind of wondered why. That's an interesting thing right there. Senior Wake and Bake says, "Sup, fellas? My birthday today. Celebrated by paying my rent and going to work." Randy,
birthday!
Happy
hit
birthday!
me with a shot of Johnny Walker Black. Neat.
There you go, my friend.
I think neat is always assumed here on the Daily Blender. All right. Okay, guys, that's 1 hour down and 2 to go. Come on back. We'll talk some random NFL stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my friends over at Valley Medical Weight Loss. We all know what New Year's resolutions are, right? Now, New Year's resolutions don't have to start on January 1st. We got a long year, but let's not wait any longer. If one of your resolutions was to trim up, lose a couple unwanted pounds, feel a little better in your own skin, I've got the company for you. It's called Valley Medical Weight Loss. They've been in business in the Valley for over 10 years. 3 walk-in locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. No appointments necessary. Simply come in when you're ready to start your weight loss journey. I've got a way for you to get your first week absolutely free. It's normally $31.95 per week, but if you mention Money Radio, you can get started losing those extra 15, 20, maybe more pounds. Don't wait any longer. You can call 602-441-3305 or go to their website, valleymedicalweightloss.com. No upfront fees, and your first week's on us. Give it a try. valleymedicalweightloss.com.
The moment we've been waiting for since September is finally here. In honor of the big game, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is giving new customers 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? You can experience Super Bowl 56 with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BET1580 and get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
This tax filing season could be one for the record books. There are thousands of dollars worth of new tax credits on the table, and Jackson Hewitt will help make sure you get every one you deserve. Tax credits for being a parent, taking care of a parent, taking classes, and so much more. Don't leave thousands on the table. Jackson Hewitt will make sure you get credit for all you do and get your biggest refund guaranteed. Learn more and find your nearest location at jacksonhewitt.com.
Nerds! Dreaming of adventure beyond your backyard? NerdWallet can help you compare and find the smartest credit cards to get there. Use NerdWallet to compare travel cards with bonus miles to go from working from home to relaxing far, far away. Then use NerdWallet to compare cashback cards and turn everyday purchases into a beachside cabana big enough for the whole family.
Or Santa the Third Tower.
She's the only boss you'll be answering to this week. Nice castle. Compare your way there. Find the smartest financial products for you on NerdWallet.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. Our good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I got to tell you, we're going to move on from talking about the Brian Flores thing, just because we have a lot of other stuff to talk about too. And I got to say, it's a weird feeling to get a little bit giddy when evil racists can't help themselves and show themselves. And because I feel two things when that happens. I feel like, ooh, good. We're catching some more. And the other part, heartbroken, because it still exists as a thing. It has got to be, if it is heartbreaking for me to see that and feel like, oh, God, when is this going to end? Imagine being Keon. Imagine being anybody else that's African-American is just like, this is every day, seeing the microaggressions, seeing the blatant stuff, seeing the stuff that you and I, Randy, we don't get to see that because we're just a couple of white guys.
Yeah.
So for don't ever mistake that I'm horrified. I get happy when we catch the bad guys. That's when I get giddy. So it's not like watching a Jerry Springer episode kind of thing. I get that moment of happy, aha, and then it's just like, oh, why has it got to be this way?
Yeah.
So I don't want anybody to ever get the wrong idea that I'm glib or flippant about what is happening with the NFL and with this case, because guess what else? This is one example in how many corporations are there in the United States? How many businesses, how many situations? This is just one we're talking about right now. It could be, I'm not saying every corporation is. There's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of good people out there doing a lot of good things. But this, again, continues to be a tip of an iceberg that we got to melt. 888-368-1580. Dick Whiskers says, am I wrong in thinking that most people who don't have a rooting interest in the Super Bowl will be rooting for the underdog? I know I will be. Yeah, I think you're probably right. So who do you root for, though, here? The underdog is clearly the Bengals and Joe Burrow, sort of, kind of less of an underdog, kind of tiptoeing up to that douche line a little bit, right?
Well, Burrow maybe, but the Bengals as a team, definitely not.
Right. And then the Rams, it's a redemption story for Stafford. So isn't he still kind of an underdog? I mean, I know the team is not, but
as a storyline, Matthew Stafford certainly is, because his whole career, the story that has followed him is, well, Matthew Stafford can't win the big one. Matthew Stafford, look at his record in big games. Look at his quarterback rating in big games. And all he's done this year is throw those things off. And he's still hearing it. He's in the Super Bowl, which means you had to win at least 3 big games to get there. And people are still saying you can't win the big one. So, yeah, it is, I think, an underdog story for Matthew Stafford.
That narrative has to go away that he can't win the big games. And now it just goes back to Detroit Lions can't win the big games.
Well,
this has nothing to do with Stafford.
I think the narrative on Matthew Stafford will go away if they indeed win the Super Bowl. But I don't know.
I think Keon's right. It should be gone now.
I think, I
mean, did he not win a big game against the Niners? Was that?
He's won several big games, but he hasn't won the big game. Did he win a national championship when he was with Georgia?
No.
See, so I think, and then he's been just kind of toiling away in the undercurrent there in Detroit with the Lions program. He hasn't really had any great opportunities there. But this is his biggest opportunity, and I would like to see him win it. I mean, I think he's deserving. He's not he's not an ass. He doesn't run around, throwing his clothes off and then speaking all sorts of weirdness on social media and everything else.
I did that once. Oh, you mean Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I wasn't bringing up that time.
Sorry.
So I mean, I don't know who to go for here.
I think if they're two teams that it would be fun to see them both be successful. It's one of those shame somebody's got to lose, but somebody's got to lose.
But the good news is the guy who go ahead.
I can't in good conscience root for the sheep herd. I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
You don't have to. No one would blame you if you didn't.
Yeah, the good news is the guy who needs to win it the most more than likely will. Matthew Stafford needs this more than Joe Burrow, because if they don't win the Super Bowl, the Bengals are still going to be like, better luck next year. Well, that's a good team, and get them an O-line, and there's no stopping them. That story continues. Matthew Stafford needs this way more than Joe Burrow needs this. And I think that's probably the way it's going to go. But with you guys, I'm still like underdog. Love an underdog. Love to see the Bengals win this. Don't like the Rams either. I mean, it's conflicting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. This is hard. Yeah.
You can't go wrong. The only thing I'm hoping for now is a really good game. So let's see. Kyle G says, as a Packers fan, I'm rooting for my old NFC North rival. I want Stafford to win. Why would you root for your rival?
Well, because I think the inside of your division, there are guys you respect. I mean, you see the way they carry themselves and you go, yeah, if you were on my team, I'd root for you. But you just happen to not be. And now that you're not, I actually can. I'm actually allowed to root for you because you're an old rival. You're not currently beating me.
Yeah, I'm with Randy. Yeah, and what you're saying is right. Good luck, old Matthew Stafford, but up yours, Rams.
Yeah, they're still your rival. You can't root for them.
Right. So it's conflicting just a little bit. Booger Wolf says, hey, Keon, sup? I bet you wish the Commanders were called the Anglers. I still call them the fishermen for you. Your cheerleaders still look like Putin on a bad day, though. Communist swine.
I will.
Why?
I just
Where is this coming from?
I have no idea. I just think, I don't know. I get a little uncomfortable making fun of cheerleaders because they're just doing their thing because they love the team. They don't get paid very much to do that job.
That's
true. I don't really like going after them.
You could get a job at Amazon, make more than you could the Washington cheerleaders.
And a lot of those girls are Amazons.
I mean, if you look at like just cheerleaders, not just Washington, all of them, they're all just not paid very well. I'm talking past it like I didn't hear it because I don't even know what to say there.
Amazon. Ow, she's up for it.
How?
But no, I don't want the team to be called the Anglers. Why would anybody want that? Commanders is 15,000 times better than that, and it's an average name.
Mr. Pringle says Joe Burrow can dribble bowling balls.
Excuse me?
What does that even mean? Booger Wolf says, the cheerleaders get paid in Takis, those little hot chips.
Yeah, I know what they are. Leave them alone, man. I don't know. I don't make fun of anybody's cheerleaders because that's.
No, listen. Can we just be honest? Cheerleaders. Stop doing close-ups on the cheerleaders, please. All of them. It's not just the Washington team; it's all of them. I don't know. HD is not done well. Yeah, UHD or 4G. I don't know what the hell it is. 5G. Colts fan Dan says, "Is Joe Burrow Macaulay Culkin's younger brother?"
No, he is Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, he's totally Home Alone.
You guys are wrong.
Absolutely.
He's Joe Burrow.
Thunder Snow says, "Burn in hell, Rams. Go Bengals."
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we're not singing that. That's reserved for Burn in Hell Lakers. Mr. Wilbur says, I'm easy like Sunday morning. We have no doubt you're easy.
Yes, you are. You're easy like Sunday morning.
Wilbur, W stands for whore. Sheriff Tom says, I need Stafford for MVP of the Super Bowl. I bet he would be the MVP before the playoffs began.
Because
it happens.
He's throwing some coins down on this one. Yeah.
Big payoff coming my way. That day, drinks will be on me.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Grand Controller Major Tom. Sheriff Tom. Good luck on that. And you know what? There's a fairly good chance you're going to get that one. Chief Skull says, afternoon, guys. As a Vikings fan, I won't root for anyone that was ever a rival. And that the Washington Commander name makes fans want to go AWOL, doesn't it?
Why?
Well,
I don't get it.
Because like the commander is like the army and you want to get away, so you're going to run off and be AWOL, absent without leave. And
it's a military job.
Just Keon, our friend here, is not running away. He's standing up like a man. He's taking it like a man. I don't get it.
Listen,
sorry.
I get it. There's only 3 fans.
Keon's not AWOL.
Keon is locked in.
He's reporting for duty.
The other 2.
There's only 3 fans. Yeah, my age. Everyone else remembers the 80s.
No, you just need to come to grips.
And 70s.
Randy's Chuckle says, since Hefty Lefty picked his picks blind, his prize should be driven to dinner by Mr. Wilbur.
Well, we don't want anything bad to happen to either of them. So.
Big
That's
Kev
good.
says, "Hey, Keon, the Blue Devils really bad season. They didn't go to the NIT was last year. I had a winning record, but COVID hit the team morning of their ACC tournament semifinal. COVID
That's
into
what
the
it
season
was.
before we knew if they would take an NIT bid if they didn't compete their run through it. So, by the way, I know you love the college stuff, Keon.
Mm-hmm.
You remember to see the that whole thing with Brian Kelly dancing and trying to do like a hype video with a player? That recruit that he was in that thing with dancing as they spun around him, Danny Lewis. He just announced he's leaving for Alabama.
Yeah, because of course you can commit to a university and not actually go. And anytime you embarrass somebody, and I think that's what it was. That's my personal theory. Because
I can't ever go in that locker room now.
I mean, it's just your video goes viral. It's one of the most viewed videos in the history of Twitter. That video of Brian Kelly being weird and dancing, and
what the hell is going on in Baton Rouge? What
they've hired a madman.
What in the hell is he doing?
Brian Kelly has gotten there on his fantastic coaching ability and the fact that the guy knows his X's and O's, but he has to stop being so cringeworthy, which he is. He's just like a walking
dad
embarrassment. I don't understand it. He just has to lay off of it because he thinks this is cool. And you're obviously trying to do things that are cool to attract, 18, 19-year-old kids to go to this university. But it looks lame, man. Stop.
Just put your sunglasses on, stand there with your arms crossed, and don't do any moves, bro. Just stand there.
It's the two of them on this podium and the camera's rotating around. Right. And Brian Kelly is peeking over one side and doing the peace sign. And then the camera goes the other way. And he looks like he's trying to be in a 1984 pop music video. It is hilariously bad.
He also thinks he's trying to
here and just move your head like this.
I was like, all of a sudden, the restrictions of Nick Saban doesn't seem that bad.
It also looks like he's trying to do something inappropriate to that student. I'm not gonna lie to you. And when you see that video, it's uncomfortable.
He's very because of the size of the podium. He is very much in that student's personal bubble, and the kid looks uncomfortable. He just looks uncomfortable.
Was holding the camera. Somebody was running the sound. Somebody was doing lighting. Any number of people could have said, "We can't use this. Please, let's not do this."
They could have said that, but who would they have to say it to? They'd have to say it to Brian Kelly. Because college football coaches run the whole program.
Is he related to Chip Kelly?
No. I always asked that question before, but no, actually
not. Fair question. I mean, they're both embarrassing in their own way.
Chip Kelly would never do that, though.
No, but you've seen him be embarrassing as a coach.
Yeah, that's true.
Fifth letter says the Raiders just hired Champ Kelly as their assistant general manager. By the way, he's African-American. So good news. Love to see it. # just win baby. We always got to celebrate, the good moments. And one of the other ones to celebrate is, and I don't know where it is in my stack here, but there is a lady that was hired to I believe, was it the Jaguars as a president or a general manager, something like that, high up in the organization. I don't have it in my my stack right here, but that was also good to see. King of Kenton says the only thing worse than the W on the front of the helmet is the Colts horseshoes in the back of the helmet. What the hell, man? What's wrong with the horseshoe on the back of the helmet?
The logo on the back of the helmet's pretty common. The front of the helmet is pretty weird. I don't think any other team has that, and for good reason. It's an odd look.
Brent Musburger's guy in the desert just said Arizona is plus 1,700 to win March Madness. I don't think I'd put the money on that. That's one I think you can just go pass up, right?
Yeah, I mean, college basketball is just kind of like that. Unless there's a team that's just so dominant where they're just marching through everybody, I'd leave that alone.
Rob Diz is like, yeah, let's go commando. Well, no, we're not going streaking. And what you do under your kilt is none of my business.
You go commando with your clothes on. Just a reminder.
Look under a Scotsman's kilt. I never.
Fish Tank, says, since I was thinking about if I get a dog, I'm going to have to rename it because when it's like online dating almost. When you go online and you're using like the pet finder or the get a pet or whatever the hell you're looking at, and always the dogs, the rescue dogs always have names already, but those are just names to identify them. It's not their actual like name. You get to name the dog, and but there's always these weird names you would never name a dog. And so I got to think of something cool. And Fish Tank is saying the dog in Letterkenny is named Stormy. But that kind of makes it sound like your dog is a stripper after that. Yeah, I can't name a dog Stormy. That's besides, this is a boy. You never name a boy Stormy,
That's true. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah.
Might name him Norman, Stormin' Norman, after the general from the first Gulf
Could be.
War. Yeah. But that's like got to be a badass, like big buff, like a boxer or something like that. Fubar 1000 says, all kidding aside, I did not expect U of A to do well this season, given the whole scandal thing, new and all. Keon made a good point when he said it may take a season or two to get back on track, but they are back to a fast track now, it seems. And there you go. Flem would be a good texter name, though. Oh, that's a good point. Write that one down. Flem. Just Flem says that's a good
Yeah, no, that is a
nickname.
good name.
Flem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised we haven't had one come up with that already. And every time I read Flem, I'll say Flem coughed up. Augie says, you guys, even with this, you guys with this even be a story. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got to reread the text here. Would this even be a story if a Hispanic head coach, let's say Rivera, had said the same thing? Would it be a story? Yes. It still would be.
Yeah, it absolutely would be a story. He's a minority coach. He is one of the people that don't or in that group that tends not to get opportunities. For instance, I would say Bisaccia would probably be the person I would use as my example instead of Rivera, since he had an opportunity, but he just didn't get the job.
Right. No, Bisaccia did a pretty damn good job in there, and I bet he does end up being a head coach somewhere. Just I guess the Raiders are looking to go a douchey direction. Joe the Show says, to answer your question earlier on real change, it's going to really depend on the impact that comes from the ending of this controversy. Is the NFL going to dish out buku bucks as usual and settle, or are heads going to roll as well? The fact that there's visible evidence that the Rooney Rule was being used as token stipulation is proof of the underlying discrimination, which forced the NFL to back such a stipulation. Now, back that with the conspiracy that coaches of color have been allegedly bribed to intentionally lose, which does make them eventually lose their job. Like, what? WTF? And by the way, it won't be just the black coaches that are being bribed to tank. I think at some point, people of all nationalities, colors, sexes, creeds, whatever, have been urged to tank for the same reason. But Joe the Show says, I've seriously asked myself all day long, what is the solution to this? I can't find a worthy answer that would not interfere legally with an owner's right to hire, and it's bugging me because they're clearly illegally discriminating and not getting caught. Shake my head. Yeah. This is going to, the thing that I worry about is whatever we think is a good idea, that they're going to do wrong. Whatever the solution ends up being, they're going to try to do a good thing wrong.
Or eventually do it wrong, which is the thing that I'm afraid of, where they'll do it right for a little bit, like the Rooney Rule. For a few years, it was a fantastic idea, and people were interviewing candidates they would never have brought up and looked at them as real possibilities. And it did lead to Mike Tomlin, and Ron Rivera himself got his first opportunity because of the Rooney Rule. So, it seems like it was working, and then people started to abuse it. And I feel like you're right. Any solution they come up with, I'm afraid that they're going to do it correctly for maybe 4 or 5 years. And then someone's going to figure out a loophole or some way to use it to go back to the way it was and just do that.
We don't need more window dressing. We need some real change. Boogie says, I like the Washington Commandos as a team name, but it should have been the Washington Wordles.
Wordles?
What the hell is this Wordle game anyway? I refuse to play it just because.
On principle. I'm once I start seeing it everywhere without explanation, I'm out.
Yep.
I'm just out.
All right. Must take break. Be back soon. Daily Blender, 1580 Fanatic.
Have you started your New Year resolution to lose weight you put on last year? This is Stephen McCollum, host of the Main Event here on The Fanatic. If you're like me, it's hard to start your New Year's resolution to lose those unwanted pounds while we're having football playoff parties every weekend. I'm a client with Valley Medical Weight Loss, so I know firsthand that it really works. I get it. There's too much going on to lose the weight you've been saying you're going to lose. But visit one of their 3 Valley locations to find out how fast the visit is and how affordable it is. They take walk-ins, and if you mention The Fanatic or Money Radio, your first week is free at Valley Medical Weight Loss.
Okay, let's play a little game. How many pairs of footwear do you think Skechers has sold? 100 million? 200 million? 500 million? Not even close. Shoenuck the Magnificent, over 2 billion with a capital B. How? By being a comfort technology company. Skechers are good for your feet with features like air-cooled memory foam, hyper-burst foam, and more. And comfortable fits like Relax Fit, Wide Fit, and Arch Fit, just to name a few. No matter what pair you choose, you need to be guaranteed one thing. They'll be comfortable right out of the box. Find them at Skechers.com, the Skechers store, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Without education, poverty follows a family one generation after the next. But College Bound AZ provides educational pathway to students starting in the 7th grade and turns dreams into degrees. Your support provides laptops and other things to ignite that journey. To help, Chicago Fest West happens Saturday, March 19th at Mesa Convention Center, and the proceeds benefit College Bound AZ. It's a celebration of Chicago during Cub spring training through music, food, a classic car show, and more. Get your tickets at ChicagoFestWest.com today. You feel that? It's finally happening. It's starting to get cooler. Is it time to start wearing sweaters? No. It's time to call Harman Solar. See, if you install solar now, you get to enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% off your monthly bill. That means with 0 down and no payments for 12 months, you can put that AC at whatever temperature you like year-round. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmansolar.com.
Sun Devil men's basketball returns to Desert Financial Arena to battle a trio of nationally ranked teams, starting with USC Thursday, February 3rd at 9 p.m. Then the Sun Devils host UCLA Saturday, February 5th at 8 p.m., presented by Sprouts Farmers Market, before ending the homestand with a rescheduled rivalry matchup against Arizona that tips at 7 p.m. Monday, February 7th, and is presented by Desert Financial Credit Union. Get your tickets today at sundeviltickets.com. That's sundeviltickets.com.
College basketball is on the Fanatic. Are you ready for the madness? GCU is charging through the WAC on a collision course for the big dance. Catch their games live on the home of GCU basketball. We catch up with the best the NCAA has to offer. When it comes to college basketball, we are your home for all the action. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And speaking of the college basketball, yes, tonight, 6:45 p.m., Wisconsin is hosting Illinois. Then, of course, tomorrow you got Grand Canyon University hosting Seattle U. Both games, 6:45 p.m., right here on 1580 The Fanatic. We might need a fact checker. Can I get a fact checker, aisle 3? Mr. Pringle is saying Joe Burrow was in all the Star Wars movies. He was the Force. Yeah, he's the only Force that a lot of people are giving the Bengals credit for. And when you look at the Bengals as a team versus the Rams as a team, if you remove both quarterbacks, there's no chance. The Rams are just going to destroy the Bengals.
Yeah, the Joe Burrow is making up a lot of ground, but I don't think that it's fair to overlook that wide receiving core that they have. That's really good. Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and of course, Jamar Chase. That might be one of the best wide receiver groups in the entire National Football League. And
Not
that's,
bad.
you know, why they got a puncher's chance. I mean, they're young. That's why a lot of people really haven't really seen T. Higgins play, but that guy's awesome.
Both teams after this will be back in this, playoffs and games of that matter next year. Absolutely right. But like I said, if you take the quarterbacks out, I really do believe that the Rams will steamroll the Bengals. So now you put the quarterbacks back in, and remember what I said before. Yes, Joe Burrow is a great player, but until he gets a good O-line, no match for the Rams. None.
It's hard to say that someone is going to survive the onslaught of Aaron Donald and Von Miller behind a normal offensive line. But then you put that Bengals offensive line out there, and really, it seems tough.
888-368-1580 is a very active text line. I'm not getting anything done today. Let's see here. Lost Toby says Stafford is going to be Super Bowl MVP. It's a lock. Oh, I see what he's trying to do. Booger Wolf says every time a Washington cheerleader talks, okay, I should probably stop right there. Yeah, Keon doesn't like this. It's not nice to these ladies. I mean, we don't know any of them. I don't go to petting zoos. So,
man,
come on.
Oh, man.
I can't help myself.
I don't know. I just don't like talking about people in that way. But that's, that's just me.
It's just hard for me, man. I just Fighting Wampa says, sorry if I missed it, but Fish Tank ever pick a name for his bar? Yes, he did. The Glory Hole.
No, I believe it was the Blowhole.
Oh, I knew it was some kind of hole.
The Blowhole?
Yeah, he actually did. What is worse, though, really?
Wow.
Right?
I mean,
the Blowhole.
One is the way that an animal that lives in the water breathes. And the other one, we shouldn't talk about on the air. Or just keep that between you and you.
How many times have you been to one?
Never.
Keon.
Never.
Keon.
That's a very easy never. Probably the easiest question to answer in my whole life.
Big George says, question for Jeffrey O'Brien of 1580 The Fanatic. Do you prefer Ricola cough drops from Switzerland or Hall's cough drops made in Canada? Let me just say, I hate all cough drops. Anything that has menthol, I just hate. But I didn't mind the Ricola non-menthol lemon ones. Those weren't too bad. But this time around, when I had COVID, you know what I used as cough drops? Jolly Ranchers. I'm not even kidding.
Does that work?
Yes. It's just the same kind of thing. You're just coating your throat with sugar.
Yeah. You're using sugar instead of menthol.
Yeah, when I strain
it doesn't
my
help
throat,
with the mucus buildup.
No.
It doesn't do a damn about that. But I always enjoy a good menthol flavored
cigarette
cough drop because it reminds me back in the days when I was first getting in radio.
You smoked back then?
Smoking a nice long menthol while I was on the air.
It's funny because that
record
reminds me of the voice of some of the ladies that would be hanging around at the end of the night when I was doing stand-up comedy.
You're very funny, honey. I'd love to take you home. Yeah.
What are you doing after the show? Good looking.
You know how I got out of that? I was like, sorry, ma'am, I'm allergic to cats.
I never told you I had a cat.
I'm just guessing. And I was right. So, yeah, I can't help you with a cough drop question that much, Big George. I hate all of them. Good Cat says, what's up, commandos? I give all my animals human names, by the way. We have a Lacey, a Wyatt, and a Zach. Wow. So all we need now is a white soccer mom in the front seat, and you're good to go.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Because I've never met a Wyatt.
That was a very LDS kind of group of animals right there.
You've never met a Wyatt? You've
I
never. Oh boy.
You
Okay.
needed
What about Wyatt Earp?
You need a Dakota. You need.
Oh no!
Sorry, I mean that's just very Caucasian sounding names there. Colts fan Dan says, "Hey Randy, just a little history lesson. Joe Biden is the commander in chief."
What?
Okay.
All right.
A history lesson?
Okay.
Don't know where that came from.
No, he says, "Would you like to be named after him?" Yeah, the Sleepy Joes. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but they're not named after the president.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Washington Brandons. I mean, I can jump in on that stupidity too.
I'm lost.
If they had been called the presidents,
you
I
guys
don't
hit
know.
the gas on me. I'm lost here. I don't know.
Chief Scholes says, I vote Jeffrey for the platform he's running on, which is real change. Yes, we can. No, I don't have a speech to make right here.
Oh, I thought you did. Oh, okay.
That was it. I was just stealing Barack Obama's "Yes, we can." Mr. Wilbur says, Randy, I'll drive you anywhere. However, I do drink and drive, so I hope you don't mind that. God, I hope he's kidding.
Did
The blind guy just admitted to DUIs. Which might actually have the alternate effect. It might drive straight as an arrow and be just fine. I don't know. Prison wallet. So I kind of want to move on from this, guys. There's a lot of very long texts on this, but I'll give you your say here a little bit. He says, the unfortunate reality is there's no solution to ending racism. Yeah, there is.
Well, okay, because
there is.
So see, that's the mindset we can't have. We can't have that mindset because if somebody said, "Boy, the reality is there's no solution to ending slavery," well, that would have been a problem.
Well, what he says is any rule you put in place is inherently discriminatory towards another group. The very best you can do is hope that people stop doing it, or if you can absolutely prove that it's happening, remove those people. Well, okay, so at least here in the NFL, maybe that's a solution. Remove the people.
But who would it be discriminatory against to make sure that more black coaches who are not getting interviews? We're not even talking about getting jobs.
Right.
We're just talking about getting interviews.
Fair shot.
Put them in front of the decision maker and let them prove their worth. How is that discriminating against somebody else?
Some people will say that they get the itchiness that, okay, then it's going to be they're just hiring a black person because he's black and not because of his qualifications. And like I've always been very careful when I say this. I would hire the person who is the best qualified for the job. I would give some opportunities in whatever area I could to anybody who deserve them. And, of course, you could even go back farther and say, well, if somebody doesn't get the opportunity maybe to learn, it goes all the way back to college, goes all the way to high school, goes all the way back. So, I understand what you're saying. Nobody wants to have reverse discrimination, or you don't want to have anything made fair for somebody else create something unfair for somebody else. But I think we can find a balance. I think we can figure this out.
It's so horribly skewed away right now. We're not talking about removing opportunities for anybody else. A lot of it just feels like we're playing catch up.
Yeah. And listen, we're so bad at everything. I'm talking about humanity. We are so bad at everything. We might take a few bumps pushing things back the way they should be. So there's no perfect to this. And we got to do the best we can. We got to do the best we can on this. Just saying not doing anything because it could be discriminatory the other way, that's also not a solution.
And maybe because I'm still young enough to be optimistic about it, I think that there is something we can do. I don't know exactly what that is. And yeah, like you said, it's going to take some time, but surely we can come up with some solution given enough time.
We have a new texter here on the text line, Randy. New texter. 1448 says, hey, guys, new texter. I've listened forever. You guys rock.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate
new
that.
texter.
If my throat didn't hurt so much, I would probably show you how much we rock.
Rock and roll.
That's right. I'm trying to sound really cool, but I just now sounds like I have asthma. All right, so 1448, if you've been a listener forever, the next thing I'm going to say is you need a text or nickname. So do you have one in mind? Because we'd love to hear from you more. And Randy has a fine selection of text or nicknames at his disposal just to say, hey.
Phlegm was just added today. Phlegm.
Right. If you like phlegm, and who doesn't, you could be phlegm.
We've all got it.
Maybe you have some other ideas. He says, all right, how about this? Text or nickname could be either Cheesehead Bill, Green Bay fan, or QT guy, because I work at QT. And I just want to hear my radio pal call me QT guys. But I'm not calling you QT.
Well, you might have gotten away with it before if you didn't bring it up.
I think we're going to go back to Cheesehead Bill on this one. Yeah, I think Cheesehead Bill is a great name. What do you guys think?
I agree. And, a lot of
call
people...
him Cheesehead Cutie.
Cheesehead Cutie.
I think you might actually like that too. So
and everybody's gonna think it's this gal. Are you a gal? I don't. If you're a gal,
Cheesehead Bill.
All right, Bill.
Yeah.
Thanks, Randy. I thought
the
the fog had passed, but every now and then it rolls back in a little.
It happens.
Well, I'm putting him in as Cheesehead Bill for now, but
right.
Cheesehead Cutie is kind of funny. So welcome to the show there, Bill. Welcome to the show. Let's see. Mr. Pringle says Superman wears Joe Burrow's underwear. Okay, Pringle, just stop.
Let the legend begin.
Hefty Lefty says High T Higgins. What? High T Higgins?
Well,
he's got a devil face emoji.
We did mention him before, but
why High T? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
He also sent me a picture of the Washington football helmet, but instead of a W, it's an L.
Yeah, I've seen that one too, which, to be fair, when they were the Washington football team and their logo was that generic W, that people did that too. It's the obvious thing to do, to be honest.
Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, I'm getting a little pineapple out here in the Anthem area. Well, I think we had a little bit of a going off of Randy's thing there for a moment, but you're the first person I've heard say anything. Joe the Show says, I agree that it does transcend to all creeds and colors, but that's a dangerous thing for the NFL because due to discrimination there, Flores has also tacked on the illegal bribery scheme to further pad his claims. I don't think he needs to pad his claims, but which they can't deny anymore. The ultimate FU. It'll be classified under the double bleep. Yeah, so that is an interesting point. If he's focused on righting the wrongs of racism, why is he throwing this other stuff in there too?
Well, I think he wants to take care of all of this. I think it all comes
Just
under
had enough of all of it.
the same banner. I think you have guys that are cajoling head coaches to lose, which in turn loses them their livelihood.
Right.
So
showing more
not?
corruption
Yeah,
with racism, corruption with tanking. Okay.
Yeah. And if Flores was in this for himself, why would he do a class action lawsuit? Clearly, he's not in this for himself. He's in this, but like he said, to right the wrong,
to affect change.
To affect change.
Okay. Big George says, thanks, Jeffrey. I hate cough drops too, but they're the only thing stopping me from coughing all the time. I prefer the lemon mint sugar-free Ricola drops. They're out of stock though. I bought some Hall's cherry flavor. They work, but they taste awful. Yeah, in a pinch. I'm a Jolly Rancher.
I did that too. You can get menthol flavored pinch. You can have that too.
That's right, George. You put a little between your cheek and gum.
Yeah. Oh, that'll pinch will do you. Get the menthol.
It's
menthol,
healthy,
George.
I just go with the Halls.
It's good for the kids too. What? What? King Kitten says, I went home early to meet a garage door company representative to get a quote for repair. Price went from $325 to $950. Then all of a sudden there's a recommendation for a new $2,000 door. Randy, double shut a crown on the rocks. Pronto, please. Poor King of Kittens. Yeah.
Maybe get a second opinion.
Just absolutely get a second opinion.
Because that sounds a little shady when you have one thing wrong with your garage door and then the person comes back and there's three more things. Maybe get a second opinion.
Thank you. Hitting the nuts. Boogie says, call him Flem's Moist Cheesehead. No, he's already got a name, Boogie. It's not helping. Booger Wolf says the NFL made the fishermen announce their name today to sidestep the racist hillbilly story from Flores.
They had this announcement. They had this announcement planned for literally months.
Yeah, it was scheduled. The corrupt owner, he is prone to doing things to distract, but this was not one.
And he distracts from his own scandals. Okay, hold on. Dan Snyder is not out for everybody else.
He ain't looking to help nobody.
No. Daniel Snyder is out for Daniel Snyder.
FAB says, breaking news, Derek Carr to the Colts. Then he texts, made you look. Nope.
No, nobody
even bother looking. Cheesehead Bill says, I do not wear Joe Burrow underwear. Hefty Lefty says, no, that wasn't the devil head. The emoji was a teapot. It's a nickname for T. Higgins. High tea as in tea time in England.
Oh, high tea, like H-I-G-H.
I didn't know that was a nickname of his.
Can't really see emojis that clearly on this screen. And I've got it even enlarged a little bit for my my old guy eyes. So, yeah, maybe not a red teapot next time. Maybe that would help. Roboto says, for the new user's nickname, how about Mr. Roboto 2? That would help my plans for world domination, or at least get off the couch in my parents' basement. There's only one Mr. Roboto. We don't repeat names, and I'm not simply just going to put a 2 next to it for somebody else. Cheesehead Bill has his name, Domo. Watermelon says, sounds like King of Kittens called A1 Garage. LOL.
Oh,
yeah, maybe Maybe call a Home Depot or the Lowe's or something to take a look at that thing, get a second opinion. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, ton of random NFL stuff. We're going to move on and talk about that. Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Have you started your New Year resolution to lose weight you put on last year? This is Stephen McCollum, host of the Main Event here on The Fanatic. If you're like me, it's hard to start your New Year's resolution to lose those unwanted pounds while we're having football playoff parties every weekend. I'm a client with Valley Medical Weight Loss, so I know firsthand that it really works. I get it. There's too much going on to lose the weight you've been saying you're going to lose. But visit one of their 3 Valley locations to find out how fast the visit is and how affordable it is. They take walk-ins, and if you mention The Fanatic or Money Radio, your first week is free at Valley Medical Weight Loss.
The moment we've been waiting for since September is finally here. In honor of the big game, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is giving new customers 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer? You can experience Super Bowl 56 with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code BET1580 and get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and over. Arizona only. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. So good, you got to try it. With Straight Talk, you can get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month. Now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes hotspot data, and no contract with nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time. Like right now. Or right now. Or even now. Don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, your home for Super Bowl 56. Let me tell you something, it's going to be a fun game. A lot of people are saying that halftime show is probably going to be the best halftime show you've had in years. Don't know who you want to win? I'll bet you can guess who will win. And if you can guess who will win, maybe you got to get yourself the DraftKings Sportsbook. Yeah, go on over there, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use promo code BET1580, and you'll get 56-1 odds on either team. You bet just $5 to get $280 in free bets if your team wins. It's promo code BET1580 at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. And listen, if you're not a new customer, you can experience the Super Bowl 56 with same game parlays. So listen, it's going to be a lot of fun for Super Bowl Sunday. And listen, remember, 21 years or older, Arizona residents only, eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. All right. So, okay. I don't know who this is. And
Okay.
speaking of prop bets, I think I'm going to be good at the national anthem prop bet thing. Somebody want to tell me who the hell Mickey Guyton is? She's pretty. She's a very pretty young lady right there.
That's her right there.
That's
That's
her.
her. Yeah.
I don't know any of the songs that she does. I've never heard of her. And am I so hopelessly out of touch that I've never heard of her?
No, because I've never heard of her.
You've never heard of her?
No.
Mickey Guyton.
No.
Mickey Guyton, maybe I'm saying her name wrong, says multi-Grammy nominated artist. Her debut album was called Remember Her Name. Best, let's see, a Grammy nomination for best country album.
Oh, she's okay. She's a country singer. I saw her on a commercial recently. I thought it was very cool.
That's why I've never heard her before. I hate country music. What am I supposed to do with this? I can't. If she's going to country up the national anthem,
she's particularly noteworthy because she blends elements of R&B in her country music. So
yeah.
I don't know that she's going to country it up completely.
I'll say, can you see?
Now, come on. She was raised in Texas. But the thing about her music is like Keon says, she's got a real R&B flavor to it. No, I don't think there's going to be any of that. There's not going to be any of that.
Can you see?
I don't think there's any of that going on.
By the time she's done singing, the country's dog will have died, and
I don't think so.
The country's ex will have driven off with our truck.
No, I don't think so.
Well, okay. Well, if you say she infuses R&B stuff,
Let me see if I can find something.
Maybe she'll just do a straight ahead, good old. I don't know. I don't know what that. Of course, then that helps me with the prop bet angle, though, doesn't it, Keon? What happens when somebody does infuse R&B? They stretch notes out, and they carry those notes longer, which would give me, depending on how much time, a little more into the over. Because they get fancy with some of them notes, just like that. I mean, I know you think that was tape. I know you think that. Yeah. I'm trying to remember a line in the national anthem where they go high note. You know.
Wow.
I know. It seems like you're probably listening to an R&B singer right there, but don't, guys. That was just me. So
wow, spot on.
Impressive. Point is, it'll take longer to sing the song.
Yeah.
I wonder if she goes country, it'll be longer because it'll be like.
No, she's not going to go country.
You know, I mean, it'll be like
she's
drawn
not
out.
She's not going to be up there with the guitar.
No, she's not going to do that. Come on. She's not going to do that. Let's see here. Let me see if I can pull up some Mickey Guyton here.
The trailers first line. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Just looking at the pictures of her, she doesn't
and the
seem
mud
like
flaps be swinging.
Doesn't seem like a trailer.
Hey. Okay, stop it now, though. Stop it now. We don't play country music on this show.
Well,
who's playing
that?
that?
Hear what she could do.
All right, she has a nice voice. I'm not doubting that she has a nice
sound
voice.
really countryish to you though, because it.
Yeah, but I don't want to give it a chance to get there.
I don't think it will. Give it another 10 seconds.
I don't want. No, it's a strict rule. I don't want no more country music. But I'm sure she'll be fine. I trust you to listen to it in private and then tell me if it,
Yeah. He didn't even get to the hook of the song. We don't even know.
I don't need a hook.
She reminds me a little of CeCe Winans, if you want to know.
All right, that's good. I mean, wait, which one is that? Because there was like 98 Winans. Which one is that one?
CeCe Winans. Remember BB and CeCe Winans.
And then DD and EE.
No.
All I know is I'm sure she'll do a fine job. And now I feel bad. That little clip there's enough for me to say it won't be all. And then,
you don't know. You don't know. Here's another one. Lay it on.
I don't want another one. Okay, just I trust you.
All right.
Mark me down as impressed. I don't need to see.
We didn't even get to
hear
her voice.
We heard her
should be
voice.
able to hear her voice.
We heard her voice, and guess what? On Super Bowl Sunday, you will hear her voice again.
Well, I'll listen. You know what, Keon? You
We
and
have
I will
a
preview
strict
it.
rule.
We'll know what's going on.
No country music on this show.
That's no country. It's not country.
She was nominated for Best Country Album. I guarantee you
Damn
some
what
of
she
them
was
songs got
nominated
a little
That was
twang.
no, I guarantee it does not.
Well, you enjoy Somewhere Not Here.
Keon, you and I will enjoy it.
Keon don't look like he wants to enjoy any
I-
country music.
Not country music, but that didn't sound like it to me. And so if it doesn't, then
That's how they get you, Keon. That's how they fool you. Next thing you know, you're listening, going, "All right, she's all right." And then next thing you know, you got a belt buckle. Like, whoa, where'd that come from?
Look,
Why am I talking like this? Oh my God!
I lived in my own musical hell in Tennessee for many years, and I did not come away a fan of country music. So I think I'll give her a chance because she doesn't sound like that's where she's going.
Booger Wolf, you're wrong. He says Jeffrey probably listens to Nickelback and Creed only. No, listen, I would listen to a full album of Mickey Guyton, country artist, before I listen to Nickelback or Creed. That I
you
will
want me
say.
to pull it back up? I'll pull it back up.
0%. No, I don't want
I'll pull
that.
it back.
Stop it. Stop it. I don't want. Don't want. Kiss the Cook says, Jeffrey, it's gospel soul in country all rolled into one. Great. Enjoy. Let me know how it goes. Kiss the Cook says, no, first black female country and Western singer. She's freaking awesome. Well, I don't think that's true. Probably the first that you think it's really, is she the first?
I think she's
maybe to win that award. I don't
think
know.
She's the first female artist, black female artist.
Grammy nomination, but I'm sure there's I'm sure
I don't
there's
recall
others.
in my years of radio, and I've worked every genre of radio except for classical.
Mhm.
And I don't remember now. Charlie Pride, there was Charlie Pride, and then you've got the current day guys. Hootie and the Blowfish. What's his name?
Darius
he
Rucker.
does a lot. Yeah, Darius Rucker. But I don't remember a female artist that was a black female artist in country music.
Okay, well, she's if she's the first, and power to her. But I don't want to hear it. Nothing to do with race or anything else. I just hate country music. Don't care if it's the first Chinese. No, I need to hear that a minute. I would need to hear that for a moment. I don't want to hear any country music.
If that person grew up in the South, they're going to sound like everybody else.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And now here's a new song from Nick Ikigama.
We got to stop
now,
right here.
if they're from Shenzhen, China, and like they're singing country music, I would have to hear that.
I mean, there'd
right
be maybe
right
I'd
out of
give about
mainline China.
5 seconds
Yeah.
of curiosity. But Thunder Snow is right. No country music on the Daily Blender. Okay. Watermelon says, "Hey, at least it's not Nelly again at the Super Bowl." Yeah.
Oh, Nelly's not in the halftime show, right? No, that's
there's talented people in the
Dr.
halftime
Dre.
show.
Oh, but he's not in that group of people, is he?
No, he doesn't come from that era. And really, what Nelly did was nowhere near what Trey, Snoop Dogg, and the other guys did.
Okay, all right.
Swave Dave says, I've heard good things about Smokey's garage door repair. Okay, good. That's good to know. Smokey's. Prison Wallet has just sent over. He tried. Don't send V cards to the text line. It doesn't work on here. This is not a phone. He says, Dominic Garage Door. You should give them a call. And Keon, I had a great answer to your question, but Jeffrey didn't read the rest of my text. But I understand it is time to move on. Yes, please, let's move on. Random Texter says, hey, speaking of random NFL stuff, I read this the other day, and I find it hard to believe. But if Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl, it said that he will be the first to win a Heisman, a national championship, and a Super Bowl. I can't believe nobody else has done that already.
Well, I thought Joe Namath won the national championship.
But
didn't
he
Joe
didn't
Namath win the Heisman?
I don't think he won the Heisman. No.
What about Joe Mama?
No.
Someday we'll get the timing on that better. Kaler says, after 2 years of market research, branding specialists, focus groups, and countless resources, Daniel Snyder picked a team name that fans instantly shorthanded to commies. No, we've shorthanded it to Commandos because we like Keon. If it weren't for Keon,
listen to the game.
Yeah, quitter. Cliff Dingleberry says, my brothers and I do a Madden tournament every year instead of watching the Pro Bowl. I hope I do better in it than I did fantasy this year. I think that's a pretty good idea right there because, Are you going to watch? I think Thursday is the skills competition, right?
No, I thought it was.
Do you get bored watching that? I kind of get bored watching that.
I don't watch it.
Every now and then there's like, ooh, that was good. But for the most part, it's boring too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
like watching practice.
yeah, I think it's one of those things where if it's on in the background, it's kind of fun, but I wouldn't sit down and watch it intently like I'd watch a game or something.
Big George says, no, I'm not asking Randy and Keon about CONCACAF. CONCACAF. Not doing it. You can tweet it, George. I'm not doing it. No country music and a very limited amount of soccer talk.
We're on the Twitters. Find us.
Yeah. We are over the limit for soccer talk. I'll talk about that spider that bites its own penis off so it can fight other spiders.
I would like to never talk about that again just because.
Trash, man.
King of Kittens says, do you think that the halftime show is going to be better than Up With People? That's tough. That is a tough hill to climb, but I think they might pull it off.
Oh, my God. That's right. And Up With People one year. Wow.
Joe, the show's like, hey, gang, what's your crazy predictions for the Super Bowl?
We have time.
Crazy predictions?
I think we have regular predictions.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Eagles in 4 innings.
Oh, damn it. That was mine.
Suns in 5.
Suns in 5? Oh, you are so wrong. Check him out, Suns in 5. Cowboy Sparky says, so Antonio Pierce is stepping down at ASU.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that a little bit when we come back. Keep it right here, kids. It's 2 hours down and 1 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
Learn how thousands of smart homeowners are investing about $1 to avoid expensive home repair bills. John, a former non-customer, said, my air conditioner broke and I had to spend $1,900 to fix it. Jeff, a customer, wrote, my air conditioner broke and I got a new one at no out-of-pocket cost. Mary, a former non-customer, wrote, my heating system stopped running. I had to spend $3,000 to get a new one. Lisa, a customer, wrote, my heater stopped working. I got it fixed at no out-of-pocket cost. For about $1 a day, you can have all the major appliances and systems in your home guaranteed fixed or replaced with HSC's home warranty coverage. Call now, and the first month is free. If the lines are busy, please call back.
800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. 800-657-5714. That's 800-657-5714.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White, my heterosexual life partner. We got Keon Rose drinking water over the board in the control room of 15 Days of Fanatics, making me nervous. Please don't spill that on the board.
It's not
Please,
over
God.
the board. It's over my lap.
board. You madman. You madman.
It's not over the board. I would never drink water over the board.
Yeah, but what if I say something funny and you do a spit take? He's like, you're not that funny.
Well, no, you're doing the intro. This is actually the safest time to drink some water.
Okay. Well, I don't think I've ever caused him to do have I ever caused you to do a spit take? I don't think you have. I don't think so. I think I got Randy once back in the past. I think I got him on a spit take.
Spit take? No.
Yeah.
No, man.
Didn't I get you one back in the 90s?
You funny man. You think I remember the 90s? Hell, I can't. I don't remember yesterday. You funny little man.
Easy with the little there, pal. So before we went to break, it came out, Cowboy Sparky alerted us that Antonio Pierce is stepping down at ASU. He says, not good at all. Just watch. He goes to Arizona, turns that program around with the crews he can bring in from California. I hope I'm wrong, but ASU fans, watch out. I sense a disturbance in the force.
Well, Antonio Pierce was kind of the linchpin of this entire investigation, which is funny that we said, well, maybe nothing might happen. And then Antonio Pierce steps down. That tells me that this is, look, the NCAA is coming after us. And usually if you slap yourself on the wrist hard enough, they won't do it. Right. So this is part of that. That's my guess.
Oh, by the way, Keon, will you cover up that Cowboys banner behind you, please? You know, I don't like that. It's the other side. It's the other side.
Yeah, I'm getting the paper.
Thanks for the heads up on that, Cowboy Sparky. He's like, hey, Cowboys banner. Can you focus on that, Keon? Yeah, we just did. We're covering it up.
According to Pierce's own words, he's pursuing other opportunities in the NFL. He's not looking for another college coaching opportunity, and he resigned. He wasn't fired. He resigned from the ASU program. And I'm sorry. Antonio Pierce is a Super Bowl winning linebacker, a player who has risen to the very pinnacle of the professional football game. He is the ultimate competitor. I cannot see him going from an ASU program to the U of A program in any way, shape, or form. He has spent the last several years at ASU on campus disliking the people from Tucson. It would be like somebody at Michigan resigning because of some sort of a calamity there and going to Ohio State to coach. I cannot see that happening.
No,
I know it's possible. There's been some words, but I can't see it happening.
I can't see it happening either. It seems impossible.
He's falling on his sword, so Herm Edwards may live. That's it. That's what's basically happening, right? He's falling on his sword. He's not going to be in the NCAA anytime soon. He's going to see what he can do about getting himself into the NFL. He's a defensive coordinator here. Could he be a defensive coordinator in the NFL? Or are you thinking maybe somebody a little further down the ladder as an assistant?
I would imagine he would start as maybe a linebackers coach, but with his pedigree, goodness, I think he could be a defensive coordinator easy. Yeah.
Big George says, oh, Randy, you're so sweet. Antonio Pierce was kindly asked by ASU to resign or risk getting fired. He did not leave on his own volition.
Well,
I uses air quotes, resigned.
Well, I realized, and I think I used air quotes, he resigned from the program. He was named in the dossier by the NCAA. He's doing what he should do, and that's get away from the program and not drawing any more ire against it. Listen, I might be sweet and nice, but you've never taken me on a date. You don't know how sweet I can be. And I'm not easy or cheap, by the way.
Well, he's one of those things. I won't tell you.
No, I'm not, Jeffrey.
Kiss the Cook says, hey, Jeffrey, Keon, in college, I had an Asian friend named Kenny Joe from Alabama with a very heavy country accent. We would always tease him about chitlin egg rolls. By the way, Kiss the Cook is African American. Before anybody gets bent out of shape on that.
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny. Like because the thing is that anybody lives in the South long enough, you start to pick up the accent. It's just it doesn't matter where you're from. And
I'd show up with it heavy. Hi, everybody, how you doing? It's good to see you. All right, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien. I'm here to be your pal.
That's the Northern Alabama accent.
See, I didn't even know. Thank you for helping me. Now I know Northern Alabama. Last Optimist says, hold the phone. Intentionally losing through the season is illegal. Somebody needs to tell the NBA and Major League Baseball that. Slow down, Last Optimist.
I mean,
we can only take one at a time, right?
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, no one is paying in those sports to do it.
That we know of.
If you're a general manager in either of those sports, but specifically the NBA, your job is attached to draft picks and draft capital. Inexcusable. There's no way, because a lot of these superstars, they're not coming to some of these small market teams.
Then can you explain to me then, why is Mike Hazen still an Arizona Diamondbacks general manager?
I have no idea. That I
That's
can't.
when you start thinking naked pictures of somebody somewhere doing something.
just a little,
possibly a goat involved.
Yeah, blackmail.
Well, I mean, I realize you can trace his lineage back to what's his name? He was the general manager, then president, Cubs World Championship. He was his assistant for a long time. I can't think of his name now. I see
Bob.
his face. No, it wasn't Bob. It was
Stan.
Keon probably knows who I'm talking about. But anyway, I realize he's got his lineage back to this guy. But look, man, the Diamondbacks have been on a sharp decline the last couple of seasons. Why is he still there?
I don't know. And unless they're going to get the draft picks and actually keep them, that is the only thing that I can think. But that's all I got. It's sad and depressing. We should talk about something else.
Yeah. Turn the page.
Dodger Danny wants us to know his crazy Super Bowl prediction. There will be a first-time Super Bowl winning quarterback. Thanks, Danny. That was deep. That was good. That was amazing. Good Cat says, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Antonio Pierce a Wildcat alumni? Could he have taken down the ASU from the inside? He took the job at ASU just so he could get in there and sabotage them?
Antonio Pierce? I don't believe he comes from a U of A. No, I don't think so. Let me look it up. But I don't believe Antonio Pierce was ever a Wildcat.
It's hard to believe anybody of any value was.
Actually, he was.
Damn it. He was from the U of A? Really?
Yeah, he played there. That's
why
well, then I stand
the
corrected.
hell
I am
did they
wrong.
let him in the door?
But I don't think that he was taking it down from the inside, because a lot of these, you get the job opportunity you get, and then you're trying to make the most of it. Because he was trying to recruit. That's what he was trying to do, but he did it during the dead period, and he got caught.
Keon, are you not familiar with the story about the Trojan horse?
I am familiar with it.
So what happened is the Greeks built a giant horse out of Trojan condoms.
Hold on. That's
they rolled it inside the gates.
Yeah.
I think it was just a wooden horse.
And those made a condom.
Trojan condom.
Listen,
I'm pretty sure it was.
Who do you think knows history better? Come on.
Yeah.
And so they rolled it inside the gate.
Comments. I'm sorry.
And then all of the people inside, it's party time. And then no babies were born, and the entire civilization died out. That is the story of the Trojan horse. Because then they waited a while, and then they just showed up, walked in the front gate. There's nobody left because they had all used Trojans. No more kids.
Is that how that went? Okay.
Yeah.
That's the story of the Trojan horse. And I'm telling you right now, Antonio Pierce is covered in Trojans.
Well,
he's a Trojan horse.
Maybe not to that extent. No.
I'm starting to notice around this time of day that the COVID fog does sort of roll back in. No, I'm not going to lie to you. Cowboy Sparky says, a while back, Dallas was looking to bring in Antonio Pierce to be their defensive coordinator. For real. All right. Well, then he'll find some place to go and do well. But here's the lingering question in the back of my mind is, If Antonio Pierce was in charge of such things and he's falling on his sword and going bye-bye, did Herm know? What did Herm know, and when did he know it?
Herm, I'm sure.
If you are the head coach of a college football program, there is very little you don't want to know. So you either didn't know on purpose, you were willfully ignorant, or you knew and you looked the other way. But there is no I didn't know as a head coach of a college football program.
Yeah, no. He knew what was going on.
Hefty Lefty says, that Southern accent is very contagious, Keon. It only took Brian Kelly 4 hours to catch the bug.
I mean, yeah, his flight landed in Baton Rouge, and he was already a Southern.
That's true.
Jagdog says, I feel for that garage door texter. My pool guy texted me, said I need a new flux capacitor because my filters are broke. It's going to cost me an easy $500. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. Flux capacitors go down left and right around the estate here. Last Optimist says, forget it, Keon, he's rolling. He may have been there when it happened, but, COVID. Boogie says, it's not real, though. The whole Trojan horse story is a mythological legend that's told inside of the mythological legend, the Odyssey. I don't know. It was not a Honda Odyssey. It was a horse made of condoms, Boogie. Come on, pull your head out. I gotta teach everybody stuff around here. So you remember that hilarious moment when the 49ers lost to the Rams in the NFC Championship game Sunday?
Hilarious?
Yeah, I was laughing so hard.
The Jimmy Garoppolo throw was that was a belly laugh. That was definitely one of those literally laughed out loud moments.
I didn't laugh at all, but anyway, yes. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, which made it even better because that I've got nothing against Jimmy Pornstar Garoppolo. I got nothing against the 49er team. The fans tend to be a bit insufferable and obnoxious. So that's why I'm very, very happy about what happened to thousands of them. So here's what happened. Some idiot with a gun fired like a dozen shots in the air from his car in Oakland, California, just doing his thing, firing shots in the air. Several of the bullets hit Comcast wires, knocking out cable for thousands and thousands of people.
Oh, jeez.
One bullet went straight through 2 different cables, and it happened between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. Pacific. Game, well, of course, that didn't start till 3:30. So Comcast thought, well, we'll get that fixed in time. They did not. So there's a bunch of people, 49er fans going, what the hell, man? Yeah. And once they started working on the wires, they're like, ooh, there's more damage. There's more damage. And it was very, very late Sunday night. So there's a bunch of people in 49er town that never got to see the game.
That they turned the TV on and it was the local news talking about how the 49ers lost, which is the worst way to find out that your team lost.
20,000 fans missed the entire game, and they still haven't figured out who it was firing off those shots. The camera did get a shot of the car. They might catch him, but yeah, that's a good point. It's probably a Raider fan. It's Oakland, I mean, that's a good chance right there. Absolutely right. King Kitten says, how can they possibly know that one bullet sliced 2 cables? Well, because it was in a bunch. When you open it up and you see it, you could tell the bullet went through 2 cables. What do you mean how they know that?
And the bullet would presumably be around there.
Scratch and Giggle says, didn't the Greeks roll the Trojan horse through the back gate?
Here we go again. Jeffrey, you want to go ahead. Set them straight.
Well, yeah. I mean, when somebody rings the doorbell, you think, ooh, Amazon's here. And you go out and you bring in whatever's out there on the porch because you don't want the porch pirates to get a giant horse made out of Trojans.
Right.
So, yes, of course, they rolled it in through the back gate. The Greeks like to bring things in through the rear. So, Scratch Me Because says, I owned a Honda Odyssey. I put my hockey gear and beer coolers in it, but I never loaded a Trojan horse into it. Last Optimist says, I heard the Bears are a top trade partner for Jimmy G. We need someone on the roster who's beaten Rodgers. Okay.
Well, what?
I don't know, but I think he's trying to say that Garoppolo going to the Bears.
Okay. Yeah, but it's a nonsensical thing. Either that wherever you read that story is printing nonsense, or the Bears are just already starting on nonsense without even missing a beat. Because
sounds like a Bears thing.
Yeah, I would just like to give the new general manager a chance, but if this is an actual thing they're trying to pull off, that doesn't make any sense. It's got to be Justin Fields' time now. I mean, that's what you drafted him for. And you've got 5 years on that rookie deal. where you can pay everyone else on the team as much money as it takes to make the team good. But once you get past that rookie deal, you either move on from that quarterback or you pay that quarterback a bunch of money. So having Jimmy Garoppolo coming in to interrupt year 2 of Justin Fields is insane.
Kiss the cook. I never said that the horse was made out of used condoms. You're gross. That's
that's uncalled for.
Boogie says the Trojan horse does typically enter through the rear. Last Optimist says, just a joke, guys. The Bears haven't beaten the Packers in a long time. Thundar Santa Barbarian says, I'm sorry if I missed this earlier, but Keon, how do you feel about the Commanders? Not a fan myself, but a Washington fan. So curious about your response.
Yeah, it's a very inoffensive, average name for a team. It's not the worst name it could have been. It's far from the best name that they could have chosen. That's why we're calling them the Commandos. It's way more fun, and quite frankly, got a little bit more of the flair that the team needed. We waited 2 years for Commanders. I think Commandos is infinitely better. You know, we waited 2 years for this. We sat down.
There he goes.
And they were talking to PR groups, and they were focus grouping it, and they brought in fans and legends of the team. And after 2 years, we got Commanders.
Yeah. Here he goes.
Okay, I am pretty sure that this is going to mean that the Washington team will play better than ever.
But fixing it. Look, here's what we need. We need a commander under center. That's what we need. If you win, no one's going to care that you're called the Commanders. But
I see that vein in his forehead, Jeffrey.
I have the feeling that the same old will be where we're at. But
that's not angry music, though, Randy. That music right there is not very angry.
No,
I think you
started with this.
You soothed him there, I think.
Yeah, well, maybe
with that other music.
No, I just kind of talked myself back into misery and depression. Yeah. It's okay. It happens a lot.
Then we should have gone to. We probably should have gone there.
Just
sadness music. We can't go with that from like flash anger to sadness. It takes a moment.
I'm gonna have to fix that. Somehow. Yeah.
All right.
Team Duke says, I'm a Washington fan, as you know. I used to be Redskins Duke, then I changed the name to Team Duke. With the Commanders, I need a new texter name to reflect my team's name.
Oh, Commando Duke.
Commando Duke, I think. Yeah,
absolutely.
You're right.
Yeah.
What do you say, Team Duke? We'll call you Commando Duke. That actually sounds like it. What did in Predator? Did they call somebody was Duke or Dutch? Which one was it? Remember
Dutch.
Carl Weathers sees Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they think there's going to be a fight, and they do that big manly handshake like that. It's like, it's good to see you, Duke, or is it Dutch? I can't remember. Yeah, but whatever the case, Commando Duke. That'd be a good way to go, my friend. Hefty Lefty says, I think Keon's Flash Rage music should be the Doom music. Well, we start with the thing from Kill Bill, then it goes into Doom music.
The Doom.
I don't know what cut though. Dodger Danny says, I got another Super Bowl prediction, a crazy one. The Washington Commandos will not win this year's Super Bowl.
Wow. He's on
I got
fire.
an even crazier prediction. They won't win next year's Super Bowl either.
Wow.
How many years, Keon?
Oh, now we're asking
3, 4, 5 decades.
Listen, the longest drought for a team that hasn't been to an NFC title game or the conference title game, it's Washington. So who knows? It could be the rest of my life.
Screamo music.
I sure hope not. But
he says, I agree with Akron's take on his team name. Commando sounds cooler. The hell's Akron?
Maybe it auto-corrected because my phone
Keon and made it Akron. Like Ohio?
That seems odd, but crazier things have happened with autocorrect.
Kyle G says, considering that the story of the Trojan horse where angry men poured out inside a city no one wanted them in, naming your condom Trojans is actually poor branding. Gamecock says, did you see Washington stole the Commanders name and slogan from San Antonio Commanders?
I did see that.
The Alliance American League football team there.
Like the hashtag for the San Antonio Commanders of the now defunct Alliance of American Football was take command. They just wholesale yanked that. So again, 2 years for what exactly? We came up with the name.
Well,
name.
Why not? It's not like anybody's going to revive the
That's true.
AAF.
They're not using it. It just seems weird because they were saying, oh, we got caught up in all of this red tape with copyright stuff, and that's why there are certain names we can't do. Oh God, that's why we can't do Red Wolves, I guess.
Yeah, Dan Snyder's the kind of guy who sees a mattress on the side of the road and pulls it over. It's like nobody wanted this, but I'm picking it up. We're going to use this.
Dan Snyder has billions and billions of dollars, but if he saw a nickel on the ground, he would bend over and pick it up.
Hefty lefty. Oh, okay. In Predator, it was Dylan. Dylan, you son of a bitch. And so Dylan, that was
Dylan.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's name. Dylan.
No, that was Carl Weathers' guy's name.
Oh, I was going to say, because Dylan sounds like somebody you slap the crap out of in the back seat. Shut up, Dylan. Shut up, Dylan.
Carl Weathers was Dylan. There was a Dutch in that movie. I just can't remember which guy it was.
No, what was the name of Arnold Schwarzenegger's character? Well, we're going to figure that out, and then we're going to come back. I have
it was Dutch.
A pile of random NFL stuff to talk about. See,
Arnold was Dutch.
I knew somebody was Dutch. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Arizona Coyotes got a very unlikely win yesterday, winning in Colorado over the Avalanche by a 3-2 score, just the 11th win this year for the Coyotes. They were heavy underdogs against a Colorado team that had won 18 straight games at home. The Coyotes, they are right back at it tonight, back on their home ice as they are set to play host to the Calgary Flames. The Flames are road favorites, paying out at -295 on the money line. The Coyotes with a win would pay out at +235, the over-under at 5.5 goals. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
FanDuel Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56. To celebrate, new customers can bet $5 to win $280 in cash on either team to win when using promo code DALE1580 when registering. That's right, you'll get your winnings in cold, hard cash because we know cash is always better than free bets. There's no better place to bet Super Bowl 56 than FanDuel Sportsbook. Don't miss your chance to turn $5 into $280 in cash. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code DALE1580. Promo code DALE1580 exclusively on FanDuel Sportsbook. You must be 21 and older, present in Arizona, new users only. $10 first deposit required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max bonus $280. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Is there anything better than the sound of 3 races breathing life into a new NASCAR season? What about if it's at a state-of-the-art facility with stunning views of the Estrella Mountains and a famous, only one-of-its-kind hillside? Well then, you must be talking about Phoenix Raceway. NASCAR weekend at Phoenix Raceway, March 11th through the 13th. Get your tickets today at phoenixraceway.com.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Thursday at 1 p.m. More ASU football fallout. I'll get you the latest. We got ASU men's basketball tickets to give away for Saturday's game against UCLA. NFL news never seems to stop, and teams that seem stable now have a lot of questions. Interesting fact, since launching their new name Tuesday morning, the Commanders, they are the top-selling team overall on Fanatics and jersey sales. So join me, Stephen McCollum, the main event, Thursday, 1 p.m. on 1580 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Contractors need bonds, and the professionals at Constructors Bonding have been Arizona's leading surety management team for 40 years. We don't just deliver bonds, we make your bonding better. As the #1 producer with 14 markets, Constructors Bonding has the relationships and expertise to get you better capacity, better rates, and better terms. For better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929. Or visit cbialliance.com.
It's NFL playoff time.
You know what time it is, baby.
And your home to the NFL has you covered. Follow along with all the action, all the drama, all the glory of the NFL playoffs. That's not all. The Fanatic is your radio home of Super Bowl 56, live from LA. When it comes to the NFL playoffs and Super Bowl 56, we are your NFL playoffs headquarters. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Today, the Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. And listen, we all think the Pro Bowl is stupid. So instead of the Pro Bowl, here on 1580, The Fanatic, we're going to air the NASCAR Busch Clash at 12:30 p.m. 12:30 p.m.,
Yep,
the NASCAR Busch Clash. The stupid Pro Bowl, that's going to be over on Money Radio 1510. Because, well, I mean, I don't know. They probably think it's stupid too. But
I'm looking forward to this Busch Clash. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because it's the debut of the brand new car for NASCAR. A completely remodeled, rechanged, reformed, reformatted car, and it's been the first time since I think 1940s that NASCAR is racing inside the Los Angeles Coliseum on a track that they've made there. So I think it's going to be a very interesting race. It is a preseason race, means absolutely nothing to anybody. They're just doing it. And I can't wait for it. I can't wait to Kyle Larson, our reigning champion. Is he going to be good again this year? How do these cars equal out or even out the series? How do they even out the field? And then in 2 weeks, you've got the Daytona 500, which is going to be another wild card. In my opinion, this season is going to be very, very fun for NASCAR fans because it's complete wild card. You don't know who's going to do what and how the results are going to be because a brand new format, brand new car, brand new car.
All right. Well, that's exciting to hear. And of course, we're home for the Motor Racing Network. We're going to have most every NASCAR race in existence here on this station. Why are you laughing? What are you laughing at?
What did you say?
What did I say?
Motor Racing?
I said the Motor Racing Network. Well, get the cheese out of your ears. But I didn't fumble on that one.
Let me get the cheese out of my.
Did I stumble on that one, Keon?
I don't think you did.
But
Keon.
I have to go back and listen to it. I didn't think you did. I
thought it was pretty clear. Maybe we just had a little pineapple on there or something.
Could be.
Maybe it's your ears.
Could be.
See, you're just right there. We had a from you. So shut up.
Of course we did. Yeah.
All right. From the Redneck Racing Network. Woo! We are your home for NASCAR. Bling, ding, 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 ding.
For somebody that doesn't want country and Western music on here.
Well, when I'm mocking it, that's one thing.
Okay.
You remember I did a parody. That was like my first time on radio. It was all back in the days of KDKB, right before you and I met. I did a parody of Achy Breaky Heart, Billy Ray Cyrus. Achy Breaky, it was Icky Sticky Fart. And I actually sent it over to both Dave Pratt and the morning guys over on KDKB. But the KDKB guys jumped on it immediately. So I didn't give it to Dave Pratt. And that was also, oddly enough, I found my sister that way. We had lost touch and she's like, oh my God, that's my brother. and I sang like Billy Ray Cyrus. And in fact, somebody, a family friend was just like, oh, wow, you're a very good country singer. I'm like, you shut your mouth.
Well, you did grow up listening to it.
Oh, yeah, not any choice of mine. 0% choice of mine. Anyway, what was I trying to do here?
MRN, Motor Racing.
Right. There was some point.
Doesn't matter. Let's move on. NFL randoms on the Daily Blender.
Oh yeah, I do got a bunch of these. No, good cap. That's not what we mean by a good Busch Clash. Take it easy there, pal. Take it easy. So Jalen Hurts is having ankle injury on Wednesday.
Oh boy.
Just so you know.
Surgery?
How serious is this ankle injury surgery? Will he be ready for the preseason? I mean, yeah, he's had he only missed one game because of injury, and that's when Gardner Minshew quarterbacked the Eagles to beat the Jets, which really anybody could have done that. But Jalen Hurts, it was his left, it was his right leg. Is this something that's going to be a problem for him going forward, or is this something that should be easily taken care of?
Well, it was a nagging injury, so I don't think it would be a problem for him. Nothing really broke, but it was just something that was nagging him the entire second half of the season. But they expect him to make a full recovery before the beginning of next season. So it seems like a minor repair, but I worry that this is something that could happen again because of the way he plays the game. His mobility is a huge part of it, and I do think that Nick Sirianni did a really good job with incorporating that. But part of that comes, hey, your guy's going to get beat up a lot. And because you can't hit quarterbacks high, they're going to go low. And that's what happened.
784 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns out of your quarterback. And he had 61% passing rate, 3,144 yards with 16 touchdowns. Remember, he missed a few games. So they've already said that Jalen Hurts is the starter next year. Which of course means be worried. Rob Gronkowski, he ain't coming back, right? I mean, the only reason he would have come back next year is if Tom Brady came back, right? There's no way he's coming back now.
I don't think so.
I can't imagine him coming back now. Mm-mm.
The Bucks, though, they're rolling out the red carpet for him, holding out hope that he'll come back. They're like, hey, well, we like you, Rob Gronkowski. You can come back. We love you, and we just hope you do come back. Please come back. We're giving him his space right now to decide what he wants to do, but we're all welcome with open arms. Come back. Please come back, please.
and Rob's going to ask you a question: who's throwing me the football? Because Rob Gronkowski, at this stage in his career, because of how spoiled he is, having played with Tom Brady, he plays for rings now. So if you can't guarantee him that you're going to be competitive for one of those, there is no point to him coming back. He retired the first time because he said everything hurts pretty much all the time. There is no way he comes back if there's not a competitive football team. And I don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be without Brady.
Do you think he'll be on TV more or less if he doesn't play? I really would like to see less of him on TV.
Well, I think he'll be on TV more.
He was bad on Fox when he was trying to be a talking head. He's bad in his commercials. And I like Rob Gronkowski in general, but oh my God, it's painful. It's painful. Something's got to stop.
He's an incredibly bad actor. It's tough to watch for sure, but I would assume less because the first time he retired, we didn't really see a bunch of him in the commercials. He was doing broadcast stuff, but if you hire Rob Gronkowski again after that first go around, I don't know what you're thinking.
Jagdog says, Keon, who do you want for your quarterback next year through draft, free agency, or trade? Who do you want?
I would like Kenny Pickett. That is who I
thought you just said Aaron Rodgers, but all right.
Aaron Rodgers would be great. I just don't know if they have the cap space to maneuver in Aaron Rodgers. But
that's also how badly beat up you are after all these years of being a Washington fan, is that you don't believe anybody would want to go to your team in free agency.
Nobody would want to go to this team in free agency. Not a quarterback. I mean, not if we're going to talk about you think you can come in right away and win. And I do think that this team is okay, and a quarterback would definitely make them a playoff team. But does that make you a contender? I don't know. I think this team ought to build for the long term. Find your quarterback of the future and build around him.
King of Kitten says, God bless America. The United States men's team is playing now, hosting Honduras in the cold of Minnesota. What's he talking about?
The CONCACAF.
Oh, Jesus, King of Kittens. Hefty Lefty says, sources say the Bucks are promising Gronk a USAA membership if he comes back. Seems to be really important to him.
Well, he is special.
Oh, God.
His mom even said so.
Speaking of special, Jimmy Garoppolo, he just pretty much is like, yep, I know, I'm gone. I'm out of here. He says, please send me to a winning situation. Thing is, there's no winning situation out there that needs a quarterback, except for, say, the Colts. And by God, I will fight anyone in the streets.
I don't know that the Broncos are necessarily a winning situation, but if they had a quarterback, they'd be they'd be a whole hell of a lot more competitive. They were competitive this year, and they were rolling a rotating cast out that involved Teddy Bridgewater, and then after Teddy, bums.
Here's the problem. He is owed $26.9 million against San Francisco's salary cap in 2022. And if he gets traded, then that'll save them $25.5 million, and they'll still have $1.5 million in dead money or so from the signing bonus from when they brought him in 2017. But who in the hell is? There's teams that would take Jimmy Garoppolo, but who in the hell is going to take him at $25.5 million?
Hopefully nobody, because if your general manager makes a move on that, they're a bad general manager.
In the upcoming days, we'll talk about our teams and your guys' teams too, about how much cap space you have and what your needs are. My team has a ton of caps. I got like $40 million in my pocket right now as the Indianapolis Colts. And of course, if we're able to, I don't remember what the deal is with Carson Wentz, but if we gave up a first round draft pick for Carson Wentz, I don't know if it was if there's any time left on his deal, or can we get rid of him? Because then now we've got that dead money. We got dead money to spare, so it's not going to be Jimmy Garoppolo, though. I'll tell you that much. But the Colts are in a situation where they can bring in another quarterback. But I can't think of a team that would look at Jimmy Garoppolo and say, "All right, $27 million, let's make this trade happen."
The Detroit Lions might make that move.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I don't know about that. I think that the Lions intentionally went and got it Jared Goff because they just need a guy out there who can throw the football. They're not ready. They're not an ad quarterback.
Goff on a contract with them too, like more money there too.
Yeah, because he's got that whole Rams deal still that he signed.
I thought that was over though. I thought this was the last year of that deal, but I'm probably wrong.
Big Stanky 87 thinks the Titans would bring Jimmy Garoppolo and his contract over. He says, yeah, because Tannehill's more expensive. Well, what are you going to do? So what? You just cut Tannehill, suck up the money, bring in Jimmy Garoppolo, and go on with your lives? I don't know if that's a huge improvement, is it?
What about the Carolina Panthers?
Ooh, they are in need, aren't they?
They've got the big head, the bobblehead.
Mm-hmm. Darnold.
Yeah, but they don't have to worry about Darnold because Darnold was on the last year of that rookie deal. The whole point with Darnold was, let's see what we've got here. Maybe if we get him out of the Jets, he might be actually good. Turns out the answer was no, but it didn't cost them that much to make that move and try that out.
Big Stanky thinks that they will trade Tannehill for Jimmy G. No, they won't. They got their guy. That Trey Lance is ready to go next year. So he says 49ers need a backup. Well, but you just said Tannehill's more expensive. Why would the whole 49ers do something that dumb?
The whole point of walking away from Jimmy G is how expensive he is. To bring in a more expensive quarterback would be nuts. And I don't think either organization is naive enough to think that that's going down. And by the way, Jared Goff, he's got his contract is through 2024.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Big George is mad. King of Kittens can bring up CONCACAF, but Team USA World Cup qualifying, but I can't. No, nobody can. Nobody can. If I knew what I was reading just then, I wouldn't have read it.
See, because King of Kittens was clever, and he just started with the USA.
Yeah, I'm a patriot. I'm a patriot. Boogie says Lions will stay with Goff for another year, his last year. Chief Skull says Jimmy Garoppolo to the Vikings, and the Vikings trade Kirk Cousins back to, you like that? Washington Commandos.
They're not taking him back.
No,
Kirk doesn't want to go back, and they don't want him back. And I'll tell you right now, the fan base, as a member of the fan base, we don't want him back.
Danny, Dodger Danny, who's a Titans fan, he was wondering if Jimmy G would be better than Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee. So that's interesting. Good Cat says Jimmy G to the Steelers is the most obvious, or to Tampa.
Well, Steelers need a new quarterback, right? They've got Rudolph the Red-Nosed quarterback in there. So
let's go to the Tampa thing. That's pretty smart. And if I'm Bruce Arians, I'm seriously thinking about that because you've already got an offense that works with a Tom Brady type player. Jimmy G learned behind Tom Brady, and he's not mobile by any. Is that a good place to stick Jimmy G for success?
Because Jimmy G always strikes me as the game managery type of quarterback, which I have no problem with. A lot of people go, oh, he's a game manager. I don't think that's an insult. But in this particular case, Bruce Arians' offense is so aggressive and push the ball down the field. And why get 5 or 10 when you could try and get 20? I don't know that Jimmy G is a great fit, but he might be better than most people they could get on short notice. And they drafted Kyle Trask in the last draft out of Florida to sort of be that heir apparent to Tom Brady. But I don't think that they expected Tom to walk away this year. So maybe Trask might not even be ready.
Big Stanky 87 says, what do you guys think about the beef of the century between Mr. Pringle and Bruce Jacobs? Completely unaware of it. No idea what you're talking about.
You're gonna have to break that down. I didn't know there was anything happening or going on.
Yeah, hadn't heard of it.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back and wrap this thing up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona. Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene. You need to tune in to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit nationalguard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Medical data brought to you from Summit Male Medical Center. Over half of the guys over the age of 45 have some type of erectile dysfunction. If you fall into this category, you are obviously not alone. Don't worry about it. Do something about it. Call Summit Male Medical at 480-398-1000. Let our Arizona licensed doctors and all male medical staff using FDA-approved medication help you enjoy your life again. We guarantee it. Low testosterone? Common signs are muscle loss, irritability, weight gain, decreased libido. Our testosterone therapy will turn you around. Discreet, professional, and we are successful. Don't let getting older get you down. Call today, 480-398-1000. That's 480-398-1000. Or go to summitmalemedical.com. What are you waiting for? Call today. 480-398-1000.
Download the Fanatic app. News, scores, social media updates, and more on your smartphone, on your tablet. The free Fanatic app, available at the Google Play Store or the App Store and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Wednesday, Groundhog Day, February 2nd. We are in the home stretch of the Daily Blender. I want to tell you quickly, though, FanDuel Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is celebrating. New customers can bet $5 and win up to $280 in cash on either team to win the Super Bowl when you use promo code Randy1580 when you register. That's right. You get your winnings in cold, hard cash because we know cash is always better than quote-unquote free bets. Also, go to the app, see what kind of prop bets that you can get on as well. They've got tons of Super Bowl prop bets. They've got same game parlays available where you can go the over under, the point total, yardage, passing yardage, and put your maybe your $5 bet down on a parlay, and you could score big if it cashes out for you. Don't miss your chance to turn $5 into $280 cash. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Randy1580 to make every moment more this Super Bowl. Again, that promo code is Randy1580. It's a lot of fun, and it's real easy to sign up. Randy1580 exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Remember, you've got to be 21 or older and present in Arizona. New users only. $10 first deposit required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max bonus $280. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
All right, we are your home for Olympic updates. We're going to have Olympic updates starting Friday, I guess, through the Olympics, because we're very adept at giving you things you don't ask for.
We're very patriotic.
Very patriotic.
What? We're very patriotic here.
Yeah, very patriotic.
That's why, along with the Olympics, Keon is going to be bringing you the CONCACAF 1 minute.
CONCACAF? No. There's not going to be a CONCACAF.
He's going to do the CONCACAF minutes every Friday.
It's a lie. It's a complete and horrible lie, right?
Well, that's why I understood. I saw the memo from Radio Ron. He wants more CONCACAF.
More lies. Tons of lies. Many lies. So here's the thing that caught my eye about the Olympics is they got a lot of crap there that's not sports.
Yes.
We should probably, next week or sometime when, we run out of scandals to talk about, I guess, as refer to the Daily Blender Bible of what is a sport, not a sport, or just an athletic competition, but not really a sport. And we have a very comprehensive list here. So they're trying to get lacrosse and cricket into the Olympics,
but that would be summertime though.
Those are sports. Well, I'm just talking in general. Those are sports, and cricket's like, boy, we might need another category for boring ass sports.
I don't know how they're going to do the cricket though, Jeffrey. Do you understand that some cricket matches last up to 3 to 5 days?
Do you know that the interest in some cricket matches lasts way shorter?
Well, only here.
Just tell us the results. Nobody's going to watch.
They have made a newer, well, not newer, but a shorter version of the game, and that's
it's called baseball, Keon. It's called baseball.
No, I mean,
you shut your mouth about my baseball, Jeffrey.
It's a shorter version of cricket. It's still cricket. It's still very much cricket, but like Randy said, some of these cricket matches can take days. These don't take days. You can play them in an afternoon and be done.
See, I'm already bored talking about cricket. Sorry.
My dad loved cricket when I was growing up, and he would watch it, and I'd sit down and watch it with him. Never got it. Didn't understand it. Couldn't.
Let me guess, your dad loved to go out and just go fishing, whether he caught anything or not.
No, he wasn't really big into fishing. He's from
that kind of patience.
He's from the Caribbean. Cricket's big there, but I never got it. I couldn't understand it. I watched every sport with my dad. That's how I learned everything I know. But I never understood cricket. The rules make no sense to me, and I'm sorry about that. But
cricket is big in the Caribbean?
Yeah.
My God.
Did you guys get one TV channel in the Caribbean, and it's like all they had was cricket?
No.
Is that British rule problem?
I mean, it is because of the British that people like cricket there, but
they got BBC 9, and that was it.
But
nothing
no,
else. It was all static.
They just legitimately like cricket there. It's soccer and cricket and rugby, and those are the sports.
Beat the hell out of Inglewood. 4-0.
The West Indies
wicket, whatever that is.
The international. The West Indies had a team, and he was always watching.
So there is a sport. I'm going to call it a sport because kids play. Kids play, and this is a sport that men and women could play together. It could be a co-ed thing, but I don't know if it needs to be in the Olympics. Lacrosse feels like something that you should have in the Olympics.
Lacrosse feels like something that if you had asked me earlier today. Is that
Mhm.
an Olympic sport? I would have told you it already was. I didn't know it wasn't already.
Well, it's not.
That's
And
so weird.
Yeah,
flag
lacrosse
football.
needs to be in there, and then whatever that string dancing, whatever thing they got,
Yeah.
the rope gymnastic, whatever the hell it was, lose that
Yeah.
and bring in lacrosse,
The ribbon dancing thing that they
whatever
do.
it is. Yeah.
No, well, the other one is flag football. They're saying that they're really trying to lobby and get flag football into the 2028 Olympic Games. And at first, I'm just like, come on, that's something that little kids do leading up to real football. And then I thought about it. It's like, well, for other countries that maybe, there's a lot of equipment involved with tackle football, but there's like no equipment involved in flag football. This may be a way to get people, other people in the planet, maybe digging on the football. So, is flag football something that we should make an Olympic sport out of?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because I'd love to see tackle football grow to that level and maybe see that in the Olympics at some point someday. And you can't do that with like you said, the equipment. It would be so much easier, because the reason why soccer is such a big sport is you can play it anytime, anywhere, any place. Flag football is that way too. So like you said, it's for kids trying to get up to tackle football. Well, it's a way you can introduce people internationally to football leading up to tackle football. I like the idea.
The idea is everyday humans can play flag football. You don't have to be the biggest guy. You don't have to be the fastest guy. You just have to know either how to throw or catch, or just play, basically American backyard football. I mean, there's going to be plays, and I'm sure when you get to certain levels, it's going to be a very serious kind of thing. But this is a sport that would be attainable for everybody. All you need is a ball and flags. Soccer, you just need a ball and a net. So, I'd say it's a similar level of what you would financially need. Because imagine the net for well, I guess you just do the soccer thing. You see kids out there playing with just the bar thing up, and there's no net. But anyways, I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to. It's already done though. They've diluted what the Olympics are as far as what are sports and what are not sports. Is this? I love football, so I don't know if I'm the right person to ask, but does this really count as something that should be an Olympic sport? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, you're still being athletic. There's a definitive score. There's a way to win that doesn't involve judges. And it's again, it's an opportunity to grow the game, which is more important to me, just because the more the more football grows, I think the better the game will be for it.
You can play quick games. You can play it on a shorter field. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It's just, there's a lot of pluses, but I don't know if this is something that should be taken that seriously. Randy, what do you think, man?
Well, I mean, I could see it happening, and I could see it being like a forerunner for actual football. But if we're going to play flag football, why don't we play frisbee football? To me, that's more of an Olympic.
Well, those people are so stoned that you can't get them to show up on time for anything. So it's going to be hard to do frisbee golf or frisbee football or any of that kind of thing. So
I don't know. I mean, when I think flag football, I think, co-rec or, park football. I don't know. I don't know. Jury's out for me.
Straight Striper says, after hearing CONCACAF so many times, I'm looking for a restaurant with some delicious veal. CONCACAF, punk. I don't know why I'm laughing so hard at that. It's really dumb. That's right up my alley. All right, it's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1956, Tinley Albright of Newton Center, Massachusetts, became the first U.S. woman to win a Winter Olympics gold medal when she captured the figure skating title at Cortina Games in Italy. 2 weeks before, she'd fallen on the ice and severed a vein in her right ankle with her other skate blade. Her father quickly flew her to Italy, performed surgery on her himself, and then she recovered in time to win the gold medal. Back to me, Jeffrey.
Wow.
How about that?
The weird thing is he was an aluminum siding salesman, and I have no idea why they let him in there to do that.
But he stayed at a Holiday Inn last night. So
the only thing that makes any kind of sense. I think that was pretty irresponsible of a lot of people. King Kittens wants us to know that United States has scored a goal.
Meow meow.
Hefty Lefty says Crab Legs is going back to Tampa. Senior Wake and Bake says Jimmy G is going to the Saints. Royale with Cheese says Aaron Rodgers is going to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is actually a possibility. You guys,
Pittsburgh.
I think he'll stay as a Packer. Don't you think he'll stay a Packer?
It's starting to look that way. The way that they kind of work things out with the front office and Aaron Rodgers, and they spent this entire season talking things through and over. And hey, okay, well, maybe you had a point a little bit, and maybe you can give some ground here. And it seems like they've actually kind of worked stuff out. So I think he might stay.
Last Optimist says flag football is right up there with competitive walking. I think it's a little bit better than that.
Come on. I mean, you've got to be. You can play any game at a high enough level that
I don't know. We're talking the Olympics, though, man.
Yeah.
Kiss the Cook says today is Super Tuesday, 2/2/22. First Olympic event has begun, curling, and I'm starting a petition to bring back barrel jumping. Barrel jumping?
I don't
mean like with horses or just like dudes.
Yeah, skates on the ice, barrel jumping with skates.
Why would they stop doing that? Is it because it's dangerous or something?
I don't know. I don't know why.
Joe the Show says ultimate frisbee should be in the Olympics because I want to do it stoned. If Michael Phelps could do it, I can too.
Why not?
Colts fan Dan says football, the real football, not soccer, is a manly savage sport. Look at Beckham compared to Lawrence Taylor. Yeah, well, we're just talking flag football. Calm down, Colts.
It takes all types. It's okay. Not everything has to be a violent game.
Good Cat says, how about Aaron Rodgers to Tampa Bay?
No.
Well, now that's interesting.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers wants to be where Tom Brady was and have to?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Sloppy Seconds. Nah, Aaron Rodgers will. I think there's two possibilities. He stays with the Packers. He goes to the Steelers because he sort of telegraphed that would be the place he would go if he was going to go anywhere. So, no, Jet, we are not working late today because we left early yesterday. Sorry, that'll never happen. All right, guys, have yourselves a great night. We'll be back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.